Jag off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. From the bug with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew.
What they might spew. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the show. This is the Two Dumb Yinzers. This is episode 1004. Who's keeping count? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Glad to see everybody today. Glad to get into it as this is day 2 of the Pittsburgh Steelers training camp at St. Vincent College in Latrobe, right here in Western Pennsylvania, Westmoreland County, baby. It's all here, it's all going on, and it's all underway. Michael, how you be today?
Brother, I am happy. I'm ecstatic. Training camp is here. Vanilla Thunder is here. We're ready to rock and roll, boys.
Yeah, it's lots going on, a lot to get into today as we cover how things finished up yesterday. We're going to talk about all the fresh news coming out today as it comes out live throughout the course of the show. Glad to see you back today. Glad to be here. Glad to get into this, Mike, because just being here today for day 2 means we are 2 weeks away from the first preseason game where the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be hosting the Green Bay Packers, and then just 45 days, that's right, Mala Fala days away from kicking it off right here in the Berg against the Atlanta Falcons for the season opener. Mike, just 45 days away. My man, I know you're ready. I know I'm ready. I know the Steelers Nation is ready. We got people down at camp. We got all kind of stuff going on. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Before we start, a couple of things here, Mike, I do want to say I knew this for a long time, for about 30 years. But over the past couple of days, I was watching some things on YouTube, and I was watching some of the secrets behind the movie Kingpin, of course, with Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray and, the whole crew. They were in the movie Kingpin. Great movie. And one thing that I do notice, and I knew this for about 30 years, but you can literally almost see my house that I grew up in when you're watching Kingpin.
No way.
Yes. At one point, the point when Woody Harrelson's character got his hand stuck in the ball return, I think everybody remembers this part. This was actually in that particular bowling alley. It was a big, huge building. It has the title Beaver County Bowl on the front of it. And in the background, you can't see it because it's the way it sits. It's in the trees. It's like in the woods, but in the background. Yeah. But you could definitely see exactly where I grew up right when you're watching the movie Kingpin. It is in the background. You would notice a river of water going behind the bowling alley, and I am in that little town directly behind it, Mike. Kind of cool. Again, I knew it for a long time, but I went back and I just watched some things because I know they used a bunch of bowling alleys here in our area, so it was really cool. And again, I don't know. It was just really neat because at the end of the day, I'll always know that. I'll always have that, and I could always watch that.
Gonna be like, that's my house. That's me. I'm right there. I'm in the movie Kingpin. Where? Right there in that shot.
Yes. Robert back in the house. Beaver, that's right, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Let me get caught up on the board. I do want to start right here with my man, Corey from Don't Drink That. If you love conspiracy theories, do go check him out. Let's see what Corey has to say today. He says, yo, what's up, fellas? Ryan, I have a special Thursday episode today at 5 o'clock p.m. our time. It's about AI. It's going to be awesome. So don't forget to check Corey out. A lot of conspiracy theory content over at Don't Drink That right here on YouTube. Also, let's continue to go down. I do want to say what's up to everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you be tuning in from. Glad to see us today. Again, Mike, this is day two of Steelers training camp. I couldn't be more excited. I got to be honest with you. I couldn't. Like 2 weeks. 2 weeks from right now, we're going to be watching Steeler football on TV.
Hey, brother, I can't wait. Steelers Packers to open up the preseason. Is that who it is?
Yes, sir.
How you can not, if you're not excited for that, I don't want to be your friend, brother.
I agree.
Yes, yelling at 4-string roster guys who are getting ready to go sell car insurance for the rest of their lives. By God, by gum, it's football, baby.
But I got to know, as well as I do as Steeler fans, this is one of the most important times to watch football during the season as a Steeler fan, because you are seeing these battles play out. You are seeing the rookies. You are seeing the newest acquired players. And I love it just as much as regular season. Of course, you know that there's no. And here's the thing, Mike: if they lose, you're not in a bad mood for a week. That's a plus to preseason football, I guess, if you have to take something from it, right?
Yeah, brother. I know some people who live and die with every snap of preseason football like it's a real game. Love the dedication, brother, but let's save it for the regular season. These are types of games, if we lose, like you said, it's preseason. I just care about how they're executing, how they're looking at that point, especially for your first and second teamers.
Let's jump back on the board. Let's go right here to Kevin, my man, Kevin Reed. He says, "Hey, Yinzers, what's up, Kevin? Great to see you, brother. 2 weeks away from the Steelers on your TV. I know that you were excited as everybody else is. Great to see you as always, Kevin. Let's go to the original OG Yinzer Joe. One of the OGs, of course, is how he got the name. He is the original OG Yinzer Joe. He says, "What's up, fellas? My man, great seeing you as always, Yinzer Joe. I know that Joe is ready for some Steelers as we are just day 2, Mike, into training camp, moving full speed ahead. Still no pads. That's in a few days. But be it as it may, the guys are still out there. We got a lot of scoop, Mike. We're going to talk about how things wrapped up yesterday, some details to that, and also all the new things that are coming out today as they are still coming out. Mike will keep us on top of that throughout the course of the show. Great seeing everybody. Let's go here to Mark Malone. He says, the Big Earn. The Big Earn. I don't know what that is, but you know what it's, Mark? I'm not even going to start to try to guess what it is. But great seeing you as always, my friend, the man, the myth, the mustache, Mark Malone on the terrible board. Robert Plummer, great to see you back as well. I know when Robert Plummer pops up, it's time for Steeler football. Great to see you back, Robert. Robert with the comment, the Beaver. Yes, that's right. And you know what? It was funny to me because they didn't take the sign down. When they made Kingpin, Mike, they didn't change it to anything else. They left the big Beaver Valley Bowl sign up there. So that's kind of cool as well.
You might as well leave it up there because who doesn't chuckle at Big Beaver?
Absolutely. Or the town right next to it, Beaver, who has the Beaver muff diving team. Just kidding. They don't, but they do have the diving team. Be it as it may. It's still funny. Let's go down. Let's go right here to Sick Jones. Yo. What's up, my brother? Always great seeing Sick on the board. How the fuck are y'all doing today? We just doing good, my man, because it is day 2 of training camp here in Western Pennsylvania for our Pittsburgh Steelers, and only 2 weeks away from the Green Bay Packers in 45 Malafala days until the regular season kicks off. Also right here in the Berg against the Atlanta Falcons. It's getting here, and it's getting here fast. Let's go to Kevin. Kevin says this, Mike looks like Napoleon Dynamite's dad with that headband. I've always wondered what Napoleon's dad would look like, but there you go. There, Mike, I see it.
Brother, in his youth, Vanilla Thunder did spend some time out in Utah.
Okay.
Just saying, brother.
Mike didn't know it was Vanilla Thunder.
It was not Mike. No,
okay,
brother. Mike can't handle.
You could have
that the Mormons do out there, brother. Okay.
Obviously, when I asked, you could have certainly pleaded the fifth, and we would have went on. But who knows? Let's just continue to move on, guys. Right? Tortilla Jackson, my man, all the way from Sacramento, California. Great seeing Tortilla. So he says this, Mike. He says sources tell him shh. Ooh, them sources are asking for some trouble.
Them sources are ready to fight. Those sources are also telling us Deontay Johnson was a Pro Bowl wide receiver and Kenny Pickett was going to the Hall of Fame. Those sources don't know what they're talking about, brother.
Let's go here to Mark Malone. You know what? As I'm reading your comment, Mark, it did hit me. Yes, of course, I didn't watch the movies back through. I just watched special videos on Kingpin, and as I was reading it, yes, I do remember Earn. It's a great movie. Matter of fact, it went to all the different spots that you do see in the movie that aren't really the spots in the movie. A lot of them are right here in our home valley, opposed to the northeastern part of the state, like it is being built as. As a matter of fact, 2 or 3 of the different bowling alleys right here in our backyard. Let's continue on. Let's go right here to the original OG Yinzer Joe, Trey JPJ, Asante Samuel practiced like he was Stingley. We're fine without Porter, Yinzer Joe is saying. I don't know if you killed him yet. I don't know if you killed Tyrone, but you can pump the brakes a little bit. Ty is not in the house, but yes, you're right. ASGJ did do fantastic yesterday. We're going to get into that so much more. Let's go right here to Tortilla. Tortilla says Vanilla Thunder plays for the Flint Tropic and is in the middle of filming Tropic Thunder 2 with Samuel playing a white man.
It's going to be highly controversial, just like the first movie, but it's going to be a great cult classic. And like Robert Downey Jr., the first one, I'm not breaking character till I do my DVD commentary.
All right, there you go. It sounds good to me. Obviously, Vanilla Thunder is in. He's strapped in. He's ready to go. I see everybody is ready. Welcome to the show. Welcome back, everybody. Day 2 of training camp for the Steelers. Nice weather, only in the late high 70s here in Western PA as we speak. You know what? You got to be happy with this, Mike, because it's July going into August. A lot of times that isn't the case. It's considerably higher than this. So good for the guys. They get out there and maybe could focus more on football opposed to dealing with the heat and fighting that battle, you know?
Keep it nice and cool, man. Let these guys get through without any injuries, man. Keep it the nice and cool temperature there. Stay hydrated. You don't have to deal with any of those cramps, any muscle tightnesses that can lead to actual serious injuries, because that's been the big thing with the Steelers. It's like a lot of soft tissue injuries. So keep the weather nice and cool. Let's do that. And everyone's favorite rookie, Dalen Everett, who a couple of people on the board had him go to the Hall of Fame already. Yeah, he just got absolutely destroyed by DK Metcalf in the end. So let's taper down.
Well, I'm kind of glad that's the news, because if it was the other way around, if DK was getting
ready
shut down,
to ship DK out of here.
I mean, if he's getting shut down by the rookie, I like that news. I don't hate it, actually. Let's go down to Mark Maloney says, great movie. Mark, my man, always great seeing you, my friend. We're so thankful that you do put the spray paint down and spend a little time with us on a daily basis. It's best for the family if you do that. Great seeing you as always, Mark. Let's go here to the original OG Yinzer Joe. He says, I scared Ty off to another podcast. Okay. He says, I see him around. He's still butthurt with me. Ha 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 ha. Or as the Mexicans would write it, ja 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 ja. Mike, I don't know. Yinzer Joe's rough. He's tough. You gotta thick skin. When Yinzer Joe and Mark Malone and Yinzer Joe are in the house.
Yeah, you can't take any of it personal, man.
No.
There's just bros, ripping on each other, man.
Absolutely. Busting some balls. That's what it's all about. That's what we always try to stay tight to our policy here on the show. Busting balls is a big part of our policy. Let's move along right here to Corey. He says this big deep news is on his bullshit. I got to be honest with you. I don't watch him, but sometimes I see a lot of his thumbnails when I'm going down. What is that? Some of these guys, like, they're just literally making shit up at this point. I wish that I would have wrote down what I'm talking about, but I seen something the other day. I thought, what the fuck is that? That's not even anything. What? I will start doing it to move forward again, just for the sake of this conversation. Let me finish though. Sorry, Corey. He says on his bullshit again, trying to push Will Howard and Drew Allar is neck and neck in the competition. I refuse to believe Allar is keeping up with Howard day one. Allar apparently got the edge in day one. Of course, day 2 is still going on. We'll get the scoop on that as we do finish up practice. Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there, brother, but we do have some scoop about Will Howard and Drew Allar as that comment was coming up.
All right, bring it up.
So Will Howard did complete a nice deep pass for a touchdown to Weegan on offense. So this is from Chris Carter. Allar and Howard both had productive periods. Howard with that big touchdown pass and gave what the defense gave him. Allar completed all 4 of his passes in that period to a bunch of guys that probably won't make the team in Brandon Smith, Max Harmon, A.T. Perry. So they're both looking good. What you would expect out of both of them right now. I think Allar probably will have more ups and downs because they want to strip him down, rebuild him back up. But for him, what they're seeing is more consistency from Drew Allar right now, just hitting those, taking what the defense giving him, not forcing passes the way he did at Penn State. So step there, and Will Howard, he had some pretty nice throws too that I saw on video. So it's not a competition between those two. I think the competition is Howard and Rudolph, but both guys are looking pretty good today.
Yeah, I mean, as it should be. However, if Drew Allar comes in and overexceeds his expectations, you might have to consider putting him in that conversation. I do know this, Mike. Yeah. Yesterday, the winners and the losers of day one came out like this. I do know that Drew Allar started shaky, but he came on strong, Mike, and he made it into the winners list. He made it in the winners list of day one of the losers and winners. Yeah. Also in the winners list, I do see Roman Wilson. Roman Wilson, Mike, looked to be a personal favorite of Aaron Rodgers in the drills that they did run. Roman Wilson getting the nod as the winner in day one. Also, the inside linebackers, Mike. The inside linebackers getting the big nod, of course. Cole Holcomb starting with the ones. Patrick Queen also there with the ones. Mike, the inside linebackers getting good praise of day one. The losers as of yesterday appear to be Will Howard. Will Howard, and I don't know if it was any reason for any performance. It was just kind of a down news day for him. He got the word that he's bumped down and he's fighting against Tyler and he's not the number 2. Again, I don't know how much of it. I didn't read many bad things about him, but again, he fell into the loser aisle along with Mike, along with Jeremy Bernard. Didn't look crisp, apparently, to Aaron Rodgers yesterday, as Roman Wilson was one of his go-tos.
Yeah.
Aaron says that Jeremy didn't look crisp in day one.
Well, that's funny because today he was looking a lot better. Both of those guys, he targeted Roman a lot today from what I've been reading. It's looking like Rodgers is trying to develop that chemistry with Roman Wilson. Jeremy had a couple nice catches today as well. So it looked like Jeremy's having a bounce back day, looking like Roman Wilson's building on from not just yesterday, but also yesterday or last year in yesterday's practice with Aaron. So it's looking like he's trying to develop some chemistry with those guys. And we got some footage today that I saw attacking the middle of the field. Area Rodgers and Pat Frymuth had a nice seam route down the middle. Mount Washington,
music to my ears.
Mount Washington across the middle. The offense overall, it seemed like they were a bit like a step behind yesterday, which usually happens for some teams.
That was the word, Mike. The defense looked more impressive yesterday, and of course the offense.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But today, the offense, from what I've been reading and seeing, they've picked it up a notch. They got the rust broken off. Everyone's looking on the same page, and it's looking like an even matchup out there between offense and defense. So it's coming along nice, man. And again, working on fast tempo offense, 2-minute type offense stuff in yesterday and today, carrying over those themes for Big Mike McCarthy. Practice just ended a few minutes ago, so I'm going to keep my eye out. A couple real quick things too. Y.A. Black looks to be the only defensive player that is locked in at just nose tackle. Only everyone else has been bouncing around the line. Keanu's been playing nose, and Cam Hayward has been playing nose, and so it's looking like Y.A. Black, and they're doing a lot of one-on-one with him, working on his pad levels. It's looking like Y.A. is going to be the only one locked in at nose tackle, and everyone else will be rotating throughout the line.
Again, that is the up-to-date scoop as practice is just wrapping up in day 2 of Pittsburgh Steelers training camp at St. Vincent College in Latrobe in Westmoreland County here in Western Pennsylvania, guys. All the up-to-date scoop as everything is going on. Let me jump back on the board. We got a lot of things to get into today, guys. Let's go right here to Tater Tard. Tater Tard in the house. Perhaps he's coming to jump ship. I noticed a lot of his players dropping like flies at the San Francisco 49er camp. Perhaps Tater, fill out an application, Tater. We'll take a look at it. Nice seeing you, brother, all the way from across the pond, of course, Northern Ireland. In the house today, Tater Tard. Let's go to the original OG. And Joe says Deke also said Asante and JPJ's PFF ratings are relatively close, and we could do without Porter. Interesting. Joe, I'm sorry. Corey say this. Corey says, at Yinzer Joe, that's more believable because ASJ has a lot of promise before his back injury, and this is his first fully recovered. I'm sorry. So he could give JPJ a run for his money, but I don't see him at number one. Corey is saying, and at this point, we're going to get into some things here today about this situation. Of course, Tortilla says Mark owes me money. Mark owes me money. What's up to my man, Mark? I'm going to go right here to Mark. Mark says, I'm wondering if Black makes the team. Yeah, he's going to be fine. I think, as a matter of fact, he's probably going to be a big part of this defensive line for the rest of my life. I think, of course, Mark is being facetious. Let's go down here to Dude in the house. John says, afternoon, fellas. What's up with the Goldilocks? LOL.
Brother, you can call Vanilla Thunder a lot of things, and Goldilocks is included in it, brother. He don't care.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Goldilocks in the easy, baby.
Sometimes the Thunder got to come out for an entire episode.
Right here, Yinzer Joe says, I hope they get Benton off of the defensive tackle. He's not meant for that spot, guys. He's not long for this team. I'm going to be honest, Mike. I don't see that contract getting taken care of, even eventually, for whatever reason. But again, we'll see. Maybe Benton has a big year this year, and we'll have a different tune at the end of the year. Mark Malone says, most cognate thing I've ever heard Deke say. Let's go to Tater Tart. He says, wow, Bjorn as a guest on today's show. I'm not even sure who that is, but thank you for the news. It sounds like, wasn't that a stinger? Like a little, an elf? Or that was Bjork.
No, Bjorn was a tennis player, I want to say the late 80s, early 90s. I believe a nice reference there, Tater. I hate giving you props, but
what's the relevance? What's the correlation?
Bjorn had blonde hair.
Okay.
Long blonde hair, wore a headband. Bjorn, baby. You can't
my
stop.
My black ass don't know nothing about no Bjorn.
I forget where you grew up,
dude. I thought he was talking about Bjork, the little elf singer that was back in the 90s. Yeah. But hey, what do I know?
Two different areas, man, that we grew up in.
That's right. Let's continue to go down. As a matter of fact, I am going to get to a subject. I do want to say welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Glad to see you today. Day 2 of training camp at St. Vincent College in Latrobe just wrapped up. It is over. We have all of the up-to-date information as it's coming in. Also, everything that finalized yesterday. We're going to take a look at all that and so much more heading into Friday, day 3 of training camp for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Guys, again, we're 2 weeks away from the Pittsburgh Steelers being on your television. That's right, 2 weeks, if you can even believe that. The Green Bay Packers come into town 2 weeks from tonight to play our Steelers in preseason, and just Fala days away from this season kicking off against the Atlanta Falcons, also here in the Berg. So lots going on, guys. It's coming fast. Glad to see everybody on the board. Welcome to the show. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you be. Even the other side of the planet with Bjorn over there. Just kidding, Tater. Welcome, and we do love your reference and your banter as always. Great seeing you. Let's get to some stuff, Mike. You want to go? I'm going to have you talk. Do you want offense or defense today? I'm not even going to flip the coin, Mike. Just let me know which direction you want to go, and that's where we'll start.
Brother, let's start with the offense.
All right, offense starts things off. First, I do want to talk about, Mike, yesterday you did tell us what the first offensive line was put out as yesterday. I do want to ask you, do you know anything about today? Let me remind everybody what it was on day 1. The first string offensive line yesterday looked like this. Troy Fautanu at left tackle, as we suspected. Mason McCormick at left guard, as we suspected. No surprise with Zach Frazier at center. Mike, but on the right-hand side of the ball, questions that we had all off-season and conversation and topics all off-season, of course, is that right side of the line. What is going to be the right side of this offensive line? And Spencer Anderson was at guard, and Dylan Cook was at right tackle. Do you have any information on today? Any updates, any switches, changes, anything of this nature that you know?
It was still the starters, from what I saw, was still the same. Left to right, it was still that group. Developments where Brojo was working left side and right side with the twos. Brock Hoffman, yesterday he worked center. Today he worked both guard positions, and that was about it. Nothing mentioned on the timeline about either Mad Max or Dunker. So it looks like they're still working in on the right side through rotations. They're looking like they're practicing third, fourth team with an occasional rep, I think, with first team for Mad Max.
Which sounds like I would think the best case scenario. You know what I mean? The kid's still learning. At the end of the day, I wouldn't want his head to get too big. I want him to learn. I want him to get in there and maybe learn from the ground up. If you're putting him with the 4-string line and, you kind of work your way and you become the starter by the end of camp, you really feel confident with that player. Opposed to throwing him in there, having question about him, and then perhaps it not working out. So I don't mind this, Mike. I really don't mind this.
Yeah, me either. Like that was my whole thought coming into this was let the young guy work himself up to. There might be some growing pains, but I think he has a chance by the end of camp to be battling for that starting spot, or by midseason taking over for Dylan Cook.
All right. Yeah. I mean, again, very early, day 2. We're going to continue to watch that play out. And then it happened. Let me get back on the board here. I'm seeing some new faces. I do want to say thank you and welcome to the show to B Smiles 84. B Smiles, welcome to the show. Welcome to the terrible board. He says, hello, Yinzers. Do you all think that Sawyer will have a breakout year if given the chance? Mm-hmm. I think that he could have a really good year, Mike. I still, listen, you know more about him. You've seen him play in college. You're a Big Ten guy. I'm still learning Jack Sawyer, but from what I seen last year, Mike, a couple things. He seems to be one of these guys who tends to be in the right place at the right time a lot of times. Yeah. This is a quality that you can't teach. Jack Sawyer, of course, a couple interceptions. I think they came off of the hands of other people. As far as everything else, he was getting in the backfield. He recorded sacks. Mike, your thoughts on Jack Sawyer possibly having a breakout year?
Yeah, I think he is primed for a breakout year. I was never a big Jack Sawyer fan. I am a Penn State fan. But, Ohio State does produce a lot of talent, and you can't deny the talent that they have. So that's hard to talk shit on him. But he was one of those guys I was never a big fan of until the playoff run. And he took his game to a different level, and I thought, okay, that might just be a one-shot thing. Early last year, his rookie year, he wasn't impressing me. Then as the season went on, dude acclimated to the league really well. I like his game. He has a high motor. Like you said, he has a knack for being in the right space or right place at the right time. That's not luck. That's someone who studies the game, knows where to be, knows how to read the feel of the game, knows football inside and out. I think he can have a really good year this year, being that rotational piece. 2 interceptions, four pass deflect or breakups, only the 1 sack. I think that sack total is going to go up. The way they're going to be rotating Herbert, Watt, Highsmith, those guys get banged up a bit. So I'm assuming we're going to see more Sawyer so those guys can stay fresh. And if he gets around 4 to 5 sacks this year as a backup, and I'm not counting any interceptions we get from linebackers as a plus, but I'm going to assume he's going to be around the ball, splash plays, around 4 to 5 sacks. Might not sound like a lot, but when he's in there, he's going to be a difference maker. He just has that edge to him. He has that motor and that drive. I was never a big fan of him in college, but seeing him more and more up close, I think they got a steal of him in last year's draft. I think he's going to be a damn good player. And he can potentially take over for Highsmith down the line, or Herbert or Watt.
You really helped me go right into what I'm saying, Mike. My opinion was going to be off of what you just said. I think the better you see Jack Sawyer this year, the more you should feel good about the outside linebacking core, because at the end of the day, it's more than likely Alex Highsmith is not going to be with us much longer. You can't pay 3 rushers the amount of money that you're paying out. So to see good news coming out like this about Jack Sawyer, to hear the opinions that you're giving, it's encouraging, because you hope to not lose too much when that does happen. Unfortunately, the game is all about money, and again, we can't afford all these people. When it does happen, again, whether it's something with TJ's contract, which I at this point, I have a hard time believing it's going to be, just because, or Highsmith, Mike, to know that there will be somebody in to be that, especially with the new defense. Let's say that they really thrive on using these 3 edge rushers in different ways. Mm-hmm. So, beyond this year, having the chance that Jack Sawyer could possibly be the next person to step up into that, especially if it's successful, that's very encouraging to hear. And again, me personally, I'm still learning the kid. Mike's seen him quite more than I have, certainly with in the Big Ten. So.
Yeah. Like I said, I just wasn't a big fan of him, but then he had that playoff run, and it's
I know.
All right. And I thought it might just be one of those type of, it was last go around in college. He gave it everything he had. Wasn't impressed with him early on, but my God, he got better week in, week out. I have high hopes for the Ohio State guy.
I want to say thank you for the question and welcome to the show. Yeah. B Smiles, glad to have you here, my friend. It is day 2, just wraps up just about 10 minutes ago for day 2 of training camp for the Steelers in St. Vincent College in Latrobe, right here in Western PA, guys. If you make the trek over to Westmoreland County, you could be there as well tomorrow. As every day during camp, the parking lot opens at 8:15. Also, the gates open at 8:30. And it's been roughly an 11:20 start. So if you are making your way down there, that be what it looks like. Also, don't forget to get registered before you head over. You don't want to have to deal with this headache as you're arriving. So do get on at Steelers.com or Ticketmaster.com to get registered. You should have a seamless entry and you could do your thing. Get in there. I know Chris on our board, Mike, he's been talking. He talked to Broderick. He talked to Ramsey. So you get down there, you're going to be able to see the guys, meet the guys, talk to the guys, get autographs, all that cool stuff. If you are heading down tomorrow, day 3 as today just wrapped up about 10 minutes ago. Let me grab a couple more people on the board, Mike. Sound good?
Yeah, I just want to correct myself. Yes. Mad Max did see second team reps today. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Just wanted to get that out there.
I was just about to come down and slap you in the head if you didn't get that right.
Hey. I'm all about getting things right, and I don't want to be wrong.
Let's go right here. Somber says Caden Weegan had a nice catch today. 35-yarder, a little underthrow from Howard because he was so open. It looked like blown coverage from Bruner. Interesting. Of course, Somber in the house. My man, always great seeing Somber from Los Angeles, California, representing SoCal, baby. What's up? Great having you here, my friend. Let's go here to Kevin. He says this. I'm going to be pissed if they end up letting Howard go. Me, personally, I just think it's way too early in the process with Howard. The kid broke his hand last year, this week, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a little later. Didn't see any action at all. It's just hard for me to believe that this is that would be the move. I'm just going to be honest. They're not going to let Allar go, of course. He's the rookie. You didn't even get a chance to look at him, but my money's riding on they're going to carry forward, but that's just me. Let's go down here to Ty. Welcome back, my friend. Great to see Ty in the house as well. And then I also have to go down here to Yinzer Joe. He says, oh, hello, Tyrone, he says. So, again, the guys all back in one room together. First time in a couple of days, Mike.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Let's go here, too, of course, because of all the JPJ. But I do want to say Tyrone right here is stating JPJ is the GOAT. And I always say that's wrong. JPJ is second. Tyrone is the GOAT. My man, glad to see you back. Somber says 5-star is a smart player. He's a smart player. Yinza Joe says this. I think Sawyer can turn into a Highsmith type player. And I think for Steeler fans, that's best case scenario. Right, Mike? Like we were saying.
Yeah, and Highsmith turned himself into one of the most underrated defenders in the NFL. Very good in pass coverage, very good in run defense, very good. Just an all-around good edge rusher, outside linebacker. Highsmith. I agree. If Sawyer can turn into that type of level of play, I'll take it.
If you would have tapped in, I agree. I'm going to continue to move forward. I was going to say, if you would have tapped in about a year ago or whenever they tried to figure out Highsmith's contract, I was not on the board. But as we went along, he certainly improved, became that player week in, week out. As long as he could keep that groin healthy, every year it's been a little bit of a problem. He's been top tier for us, Mike.
Yeah, when he signed that contract, I thought it was an overpay, but it became a bargain. Yeah. Shocker, you signed someone early. You get sticker shock, then as they play and develop, it's like, oh my God, man, this is a bargain.
Absolutely. Let me do a couple things here. All right, you know what? Let me grab a couple more messages before I fix something here on my end. Let's go here to Mark Maloney. He says our beloved locally known GOAT died on Table Rock like a few days ago. Not good omen for JPJ. I also do want to say this, Mike. Speaking of local, this is news. This is good news for me. And whether you like it or whether you don't, it's irrelevant to me. But there is mutual interest between the Pittsburgh Steelers and former Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay safety Jordan Whitehead. And why is this good for me? Well, he went to my high school. Jordan Whitehead stomped the same grounds I did. He went to the same school I did. However, he graduated from a school called Central Valley because they merged our school and the school that was next to us. So he didn't technically graduate from the high school I did. However, he was from the town. He went to the same buildings, and he did graduate. So I am high on him for a couple reasons. Obviously, Mike. Obviously, the guy is a playmaker. I've watched him play at Pitt. The guy has playmaking skills coming out of his ass. And 3, he is a Super Bowl winning safety, albeit on Tom Brady's little makeshift team. He was this a playmaker, Mike. Through college, high school, all the way to the NFL. If this plays out, this might solve some of these safety questions that we have. He's coming off an injury similar to what ASJ had. However, if he could get back to playing form like the way he did, he would be totally qualified to fill that spot that a lot of us are concerned about at safety.
Oh, yeah. A nice added depth piece. Someone better than Fidel Castro back there. I'll take him in a minute. You and Whitehead sharing the same toilet. Now it'll be both, Me
and Whitehead shit on the same toilets.
Exactly. That's this destiny right there, brother. But no, I always wanted him here, man. He's a damn good player, a playmaker. Every time he'd become available or talk of him being available, I wanted the Steelers to get him. So get him back there. Yeah, he's coming off that injury, like Somber saying, like, what kind of shape is he going to be in? Just get him in now and work him into shape.
Take a look at him at least.
Take a look at him, kick the tires. It's DeShon Elliott, he's back, and he looked crisp and fluid in some of the videos I saw. So that's good. That would be huge. So if you get him, and then Whitehead doesn't have to start, man. He have him behind, Elliott and Brisker, and then you got Savage, and then him. I think that rounds out the safety room. Awesome. And you put Castro and Spears-Jennings on the practice squad. I think those two would sneak through waivers easily. And then you have those guys as depth. That's a nice safety group. Mix of veterans, a mix of rising stars, and a couple young guys. I'm all aboard the Jordan Whitehead train. If bring him in. If he works out, cool. If he doesn't, oh well. You're turning over every stone.
Yes.
Trying to find those finishing touches on the roster. And one thing, about Connor Weedle, man, they've been able to find safeties late in the seasons, late in training camp, to just come in and be a guy that can get you a good half a season out of them if something bad happens to a starter.
Yeah. Again, Mike, I'm just listen. The news that Jordan Whitehead might be a Steeler, I just forgot to pay attention to everything you said for about 3 minutes.
That's fair enough, brother.
He was amazing playmaker in high school. Won state championships at Pitt again. Mike, just an amazing football player, playmaking like you wouldn't believe. Also did it in Tampa. So if he could get back to his health, I would love to have an opportunity to take a look at him. I do know there's mutual interest at the moment. I mean, that could change. Yeah. It could get better, could get worse as the next few days go. We don't know, but as I do have in my notes, Steelers and Whitehead reportedly have mutual interest in one another. So we'll certainly keep an eye on that. Let's jump back on the board here, Mike. Let's go to Tyrone. He says this. Y'all hear Deke saying Samuel can replace Porter. Might be the dumbest shit I have ever heard. That seems to be the big news coming over today. That's not the first time we heard that on the board today. Somber saying Deke things. Tyrone says, hey, JPJ hater. Of course, back to Yinzer Joe. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe saying PFF, they never get anything wrong, Mike.
PFF is perfect.
Let's go to Dude. Dude says Highsmith needs to be heavily or needs to be healthy, I think you might be saying, or get rid of him. That is Dude. Let's go to Ty. Ty says, I like Samuel, great depth, but he's not even a top 40 corner in the NFL. Yeah, he definitely would replace a top 5 corner who locks up half the field. Again, it's day 2. You know what I mean? Yes, Asante looked good. JPJ's holding in. He's on his back tweak, whatever way you want to go with it. But it is only day 2, and we'll continue to follow this. And again, the better ASJ plays, the better for everybody, I think.
Yeah.
I truly believe that, and I don't think that JPJ is in any harm or any danger of losing his job to Asante.
And Asante, he carried over from what I've seen the great first day to day 2. He was flying all over the place in the videos I saw. He was right in the guy's hip pocket, making plays. If he got beat, he gained a step quickly on him. It's the secondary can be dangerous, guys. If that front seven can get consistent pressure on the quarterback, and look out, this defense can be a turnover machine.
Let's talk about this defense for a couple of minutes, Mike. Right here, I'm looking at something. Let's go to. Okay, I want to start by saying this. I didn't know that Aaron Rodgers was an analyst on ESPN. Aaron Rodgers' brother. I'm sorry. This information. Yeah, it's his little brother. So let me get out what I got. Former NFL quarterback. Where have I been? Anyway, former NFL quarterback and current ESPN analyst Jordan Rodgers. Aaron's little brother, bullish on the Steelers defense, Mike. He calls and says that the steel curtain is back. A lot of negative talk that the Steelers get from time to time from the national news, ESPN, beyond. Again, for one, the big news on this is I didn't know this was Aaron Rodgers' little brother, but apparently it is. Jordan Rodgers, Mike, is talking about how good the defense is looking. And again, steel curtain's a bit of a stretch, but at the end of the day, you got to like the positive news again about our Steelers defense.
You know what? Anything positive for the Steelers defense, I will take it. I did not know that was Aaron Rodgers' brother. That tripped my mind out.
They might have wanted to mention that at some point so people knew. However, right. I just found this out this morning. I had no idea that was him. I do want to say welcome to Derpy. Derpy, welcome back to the show. Great seeing you, as always, my friend.
What's good, Ryan? What's good, Vanilla Thunder? How are we?
What up, brother? I like how you come in and immediately my camera shits the bed. Why you hacking my shit, bro?
I bet you that's what's going on. I bet you that is what's happening as I'm fixing something here on my end. All right, let's go back to this. Mike, the defense looking good, of course, according to Aaron Rodgers' little brother. We don't know his wife. We didn't know his brother was the guy on ESPN. Who knows what's going on with Aaron? But you know what? As long as he wins us football games this year, that's all that's going to matter to me.
That's all I care about, brother.
Absolutely, man. How are you, Derpy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I told you in the group. I was visiting my sister this morning. Just hanging out. She had an off day, and I just vibe out and watch a movie. And now I'm played some games, and then now I'm here for the show. So,
what movie did you watch, Derpy?
Masters of the Universe.
Okay, He-Man. Is that He-Man?
The new He-Man. Yeah, the new He-Man one.
Any good?
It was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good.
I thought you were watching Debbie Does Dallas.
That's what I was watching. Master of Texas. Let's continue to go forward here. Steel Loyal, great seeing you. Sup, fellas? He says, always great seeing Steel Loyal all the way from North Carolina. My man, hope everything is going well for you. As day 2 of training camp wraps up about 25 minutes ago for the Steelers, guys, we're heading to day 3 for this 4-day work week for the guys. They'll be in tomorrow and also Saturday. They'll have Sunday off. They'll be back Monday wearing pads, Mike. They'll be back with pads on.
I can't wait. Will the pads have wings? That is the question. But no, I can't wait, brother. Just looking at some of the videos right now, these guys flying around. I can't wait till they can actually bump into each other, not tackle each other. I want to hear the pads pop, and I want to see how they look in actual football gear. Guys look silky smooth in shorts and shells, but once you get the pads on, it's a whole different ballgame. The mentality rises, the intensity rises. This is what the shit hits the fan. It's when it gets real. Once the pad comes on, I can't wait because they're looking good now. If they can keep that momentum going forward, keep that play going once they get their pads on. Nice background therapy. You can see your bed. We're looking good, brother. We're looking good.
And if you've been with us for a while,
than Derpy's bed right now.
If you've been with us for a while, Mike, you would recognize that setting. That is when the camera accidentally came on when Derpy had no clothes on.
Oh yeah, we saw the boobies. Yeah. We're about to see. Yeah, he was late.
No.
I went into a flashback. When I saw it. Guys, let's. You know what? I do want to stay on the board. I don't want to get far behind today. Let's grab a few more. I do have some topics. We're going to talk about this defense. We're going to talk about the tackling or the lack thereof this year. We're going to talk about all the up-to-date information as camp did wrap up about 20 minutes ago. I'm sorry, camp day 2 practice wrapped up about 20 minutes ago. I'm going to go right here to my man Cody. Always great seeing Cody in the house. Cody, he says this: Peyton Wilson's going to be our best defensive player this year, and if he is, that means a couple of things. That either means he's really playing out of his mind, or if he's the best and everybody else may be having a shitty season, which I hope that's not the case. But if that's the case, I hope the first route would be the way that we go. Peyton Wilson, certainly, hopefully he does have a big year as well. I'll get into what his tag team partner had to say here in just a minute. Tyrone says, I thought you think PFF accuracy, my bad. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. Cody, you could be right, and he could be. We'll see. Let's go here. Tortilla says, shh. Truth Thong. Always great seeing you back. You know we love the name. He says Roman Wilson will be good, maybe their best wide receiver by the end of the year. That's a pretty big one, but always great to see us, Truth, and great to have you on a terrible board. Cody says, I think Peyton Wilson has the ability to be a top middle linebacker. Steel Loyal says PFF is never wrong is a great joke to open up a comedy act with. Let's go to Somber. Somber says best wide receiver. That's crazy talk, but you know what? I guess we got to let it play out. We were only finished in day 2 of training camp. Cody says this. I watched him take over the Colts game yesterday. Dude's a freak. Listen, he's got mad talent. The guy's got mad athleticism. So say, well, it's still out. The jury is still out on this one.
Yeah.
We have to. I say we have to give it a little bit more time.
Yeah, he has the potential. He is a tackling machine. He moves well, but man, a little more consistency and stopping the run and in the pass game. He kind of his pass coverage kind of dipped from rookie year to last year. But hey, let's see what he can do with this new system, this new coaching staff, and maybe they can get him to that next level.
All right, sounds good. Let's go right here to Yinzer Joe. Joe says this. I heard Cole Holcomb was showing off the player he used to be, too, playing good. I thought the player he used to be was hurt, but that's just me. I hope he plays well as he does get the nod at the other inside linebacker position next to Patrick Queen. I'm going to get into some comment by him here shortly. Let's go to Dude. Dude says this. Derpy says Rudolph gone before game 1. Rudolph is going to be gone before game 1. Quick thoughts on that, guys.
Well, he did look good today. From what I saw, he was reading the defense well when they were throwing different looks at him. Sat there, looked poised. Looked good. So maybe if he's gone, it might be as a potential trade piece.
All right, interesting. Tyrone, he says this. Me too. Cody got high hopes for Wilson, and at the end of the day, believe me, I want him to succeed. Better the guys do, whoever they are is better for the squad. Let's go here to B Smiles. B Smiles says, you all see more of me. Thank you for having me. Loving the show so far. Yeah. Well, my man, we thank you, and we're glad to have you and look forward to seeing you back for a long time. We do this all year round. Let's continue down here to Yinzer Joe. He says this, the development of Sawyer has to improve with the uncertainty of Highsmith next season. And of course, I think that's kind of what we were leaning toward, but I do agree, Yinzer Joe, you're right. Let's go here to Tortilla, Trey JPJ to Aliquippa. As we were rounding out the week, I know Durfee has a little bit of high school he wants to talk about, Mike, and I have some interesting things about our Aliquippa that we're going to get into, but that's going to be tomorrow because Friday is high school football days. So come around tomorrow to hear some of the scoop I have about Quip. I think you're going to be impressed. Of course, Hall of Fame high school. More people from Aliquippa High School in the NFL Hall of Fame than any other high school in America, and it's just a small steel town right off the river. Yep. We'll get into that so much more tomorrow. Let's go down here to Somber. Somber says this. He says it'll be interesting to see if Whitehead is still in shape. He didn't play last year. He did have that injury. You're right. But if he could get healthy, he could stay healthy and play to the ability that he did, again, through high school, college, and with Tampa Bay, I think he fixes a lot of issues that we have questions about at that safety spot, at least for the year. I mean, bring him in for a year.
Like 11, 12 career interceptions for him. He is a ball hawk back there. I like him.
He is a playmaker. Believe me, I've been watching him since high school. This dude is in the pit, too. I'm a pit guy. Again, if he was happy with any of these other clowns that came in over the past couple of years, you're going to love Whitehead if he could get back to his playing abilities. And I was talking about, of course, the a couple of guys they brought. I can't even think of who was in last year. What was that guy's name?
Oh my God!
I can't remember.
I can't remember now. They're nameless gray faces at this point.
I know.
I remember Jabril Peppers. That's about it.
Jabril Peppers is who I'm trying to remember.
Duggar. And Duggar.
Kyle Duggar. Let's go here. Let's go.
That's
Derpy.
Panthers just suffered. The third-round pick got hurt.
Every time we're on, a Carolina Panther gets hurt.
Yeah, I'm going to say they got a receiver hurt yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't. Unless that's what
it's probably what they're talking about.
And you know what? There's a lot of injuries between in Carolina and New Orleans, and luckily we get the NFC South this year. So again, this playing to our advantage, perhaps if these injuries are bad enough. Don't want to see anybody get hurt, but at the end of the day, I want to win on Sundays. Let's move forward. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. Mike, he says, well, the organization says Savage was playing good, so we might not need Whitehead. That's what they're saying. But again, Savage has a hard time staying on the field. There's issues there as well. So again, I do know that Jordan is a hell of a ball hawk and a playmaker. Let's go to Steel Loyal. Ryan, it's not a new camera, it's the lighting actually. Steel. I did a few things. I know that you were on me prior to the break. I added cans to the tower. The lighting's different here, so I did do a few things. And I remember telling Mike during break, I was like, I gotta get this together because I know Steel has been on me about my studio.
Oh yeah, he was pacing. He took it to heart.
I did.
I talked him off the ledge a couple times.
The big dig Jews is what Tortilla is saying. Let's go here to OG Yinzer Joe. He says Asante is a very good player. He just has to stay on the field. Absolutely.
Yep.
And again, hopefully that injury bug stays the hell away from the south side this year and the north side, of course. Let's go down here to Ty. Ty says this. I like our whole DB room. We are deep too. A lot of them is on the PUP as we speak, but
or starting nickel or our lockdown corner,
our rookie, Let's go here to Cody. Cody says Asante Samuel sucks. Why everyone's so high on him? And the nickel, I think he's going to do good. His pops is a good player.
Yep.
It's a wild derpy. Steel is saying it's a wild derpy. Let's go right here to Somber, the Derpster. Nice jersey, Derpy. Tyrone is complimenting. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says, say hi. Say hi to everybody, Derpy.
Hello, chat, viewers, Yinzers, Steeler Nation.
Derpy, you lost my privileges.
At least I'm not on the list, Vanilla Thunder. At least I'm not on the list.
Oh, you're on a list.
You must not have been considering the charisma, Mike, that I think that we were all blown away by in that.
Well, that is true. I'm sorry. That was in the great orators of our time, we FDR, JFK, Reagan, Clinton, Derpy.
Obama. These are some really great speaking people.
Derpy might top them all, brother.
He unfortunately he's right behind George W. Bush, but he's getting there.
You see, they got a wall. And I think it needs torn down. That's the kind of performance and command that Derpy brings. Guys, I got to hop off camera for a minute. I'm sorry, brothers. I'll be back.
You're good. You're good.
You're good.
So let's go right here to Cody. Cody says this. Remember when Darren Waller flat-footed caught that ball over him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somber says, I remember Cody.
Yeah.
Cody says this. Judge ASJ sucks. Eccles is better. Let's go to Ty. Ty says, Cody, he doesn't suck. He's perfect DB3 for or a depth guy. Absolutely. And I think Cody likes to have some fun too. I'd keep my eye on him if I were you, Ty. I would keep my eye on Cody. Yeah, Derpy.
What's the point of the argument between Eccles and ASJ? They're both better than you. Better than both of you. They're both getting paid more than you.
All right, Derpy's here to piss everybody off. So just
yes, I am.
Let's welcome Derpy, everybody. Let's insult everybody. Let's insult the audience. Let's continue to move forward. Cody says this. He says, I'd rather have Peyton Wilson as a DB3 than ASJ. See, you just never know with Cody. But all is good in the hood, brother. Somber says this. That was a mismatch, Cody. That's on coaching. New staff now. Tyrone says, calm down. Cody Wilson needs a big year this year for show. Cody says this. ASJ equals Caleb Johnson equals Mason Rudolph. Cody is on his shit today, as I do see. Steel Loyal says this. Leave Caleb Johnson out of this. Leave him out. Let's go here. Somber says, shut the fuck up. PQ is dog shit, just like LSU. I do got some going on as soon as Mike comes back. I don't know if he's dog shit again.
He's not dog. No,
We're gonna
but
find out off a new system this year, Derpy.
I
New
would
defensive
agree.
coordinator. Let's
See if he
continue.
actually tackles.
Now, this is what I'm going to touch on today. Some more of his tackling woes. Let's go here. Still loyal. Uh-oh, shots fired. Tyrone. It's the second time this week I heard this name. Wide receiver Chris Brazell, rookie out for the season. Bro, what are the Panthers doing in practice? It's unbelievable.
I feel so bad for that quarterback. That's midget quarterback.
And as much as I want to laugh about the midget and his problems, I just don't want the karma coming back and biting us in the ass, you know?
Right.
And we're going to laugh, and then tomorrow something effed up's going to happen to our team, and we're really going to be pissed. So
it usually happens, Ryan. So
I know.
Not the
football gods work in mysterious ways, Derpy.
Yes, they do.
Let's continue forward right here. Somber says, oof, damn. Steel Loyal says, damn. Let's go to right here. Corey, don't drink that, says, yeah, his prime was season-ending knee injury for 3 years.
Oof.
Somber says, DMC 3 probably depressed by now. Steel Loyal said, I was about to say, Karab is punching air right now.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Hopefully Chris Brazel invested the money right.
Yeah, that's, because
you never know. They might go broke.
You're always one play away. It sucks, man. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says, would have picked Ted Hurst over wide receiver 4, Jeremy Bernard. Wide receiver 4. The shots are fired, guys. Let's get Mike back in on his mic there. Get that turned on. Then we're going to get back to him.
Hey, maybe by 1,010 I'll have that figured out, brother.
1,010? I think that's probably a press.
That already passed.
I think that's a push, but all right, I'll hold it.
Hey, I mute it on itself. I mute it on the app, so so there's no background noise when I got to take care of stuff I got to take care of, and then I come back and I forget I muted it in 12 different spots.
I see. I got you. But it just okay. You got to come up with a system where you just have push one button. That way, it's not a problem,
Well, I'm afraid, I'm afraid I'll forget to mute it if I only do it once.
What are you doing when you're not on mic that it would be afraid to have the mic?
Dealing with my kid in the background.
Are you singing songs to him? Are you saying like poopy things? What's going on?
You never know what that little kid's going to say.
All right.
In the eye and go, shut the F up and say, not F, say the word.
All right, leave me alone.
Oh my!
I seen it. It happened.
But not as like an angry thing. It's just like being a joking, playful. Because it's like, oh brother, you can't be saying that.
Well, I'm gonna just grab a couple more here, and then we're gonna get to a couple topics, guys. Magnum, of course. Mark Malone says Magnum and the Big Johnson are valuable players, man. ASJ2. Let me grab Steel. Steel Loyal says looks like they stuck with Leggett as their number 2 again. Yeah. Cody says, yeah, Mark, bring Darius Slay back. Darius Slay had such an experience in Pittsburgh. He ran off and retired. It went that well for him. So let's hope that that's not the case. Let's go here to Chuck Clark. That's the other one.
He was pretty good.
Chuck Clark is the one that I was trying to
That's right. I forgot about Chucky.
Former Raven safety. There we go. That's Somber. Thank you, sir. He says the ultimate trio: Peppers, Duggar, and Clark.
They were pretty.
I mean, we managed with that depth at safety. I mean, it wasn't pretty, but we managed. No. We need safety. Sign Juan Thornhill. Juan Thornhill. That's a name that I forgot about.
Oh yeah. Oh, that guy did. He didn't last long.
No, he sure did not. Also, Steel Loyal. They burnt the towel. Who burnt the towel? I know that there was a lot of. Who did?
I don't know.
Who burnt the towel? Somebody effed with the towel. I don't remember, but you know what? They'll get theirs. Football gods will take care of them. Don't you worry about it. Corey says this: as long as he doesn't white hands, I don't care. Get some he's a ball hawk. He's going to create turnovers. That's just what he does. The kid is a mad athletic talent. Yes, Derpy.
Did you see that fight in the Bungles fight the other day?
I heard about
practice. You heard about it?
Was that like a day one fight or something?
Day one, Jamar Chase and some DB got into a fight.
What you got on that, Derpy?
I'm just saying, maybe maybe the wide receiver drama is getting to Chase.
I mean, you run that
Similar to Owens, similar to Ocho.
you always run that risk when you have
AB.
a top wide receiver. I don't know why this is, but the top wide receivers again: Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, every name that you just said. For whatever reason, they come with a little bit of attitude. So who knows? Who knows what's going on over in Cincy? Let's go here. Terrible Towel Curse strikes again. I like it.
Heck yeah.
Between the football gods and Father Maxwell, we're looking good. We're looking good. New lighting, still can't see his face. Yeah, it is definitely new lighting. I got the blue, and you know what? I had it over here earlier in the week, like Monday. Monday, and it was all effed up. I had to put it behind me, so that's what's going on there. Camera may look different. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says Vanilla Thunder shaved Trevor Lawrence hair.
Hey, brother, I would never disrespect another flowing mane like that.
Somber, we thank you for the happy poop. Nobody loves happy poop more than we do here at the show. Somber, thank you, of course, for the 10 jewel happy poop. Thank you. Also, Mark Malone says Peaches is hell of a ball handler, and she's never played basketball or football.
Silky smooth hands. The way she handles the ball, she's like Kyrie Irving out there.
That's what I hear. Let's go to Mark. Also says this. God knows she's given Derp the reach around countless times. Yeah, let's go. Corey says this. Don't drink that. It's not the Epstein list, is it? It is not. I don't think it is. I don't know what kind of lists Mike has going on over there, but I assume that they're not the Epstein list.
They're not the Epstein list, but Derpy's on the list that might be fast tracked to the FBI.
All right. Tortilla says Juan Pornhill. Cody, I'll leave Caleb Johnson out of this, just like the Steelers left him out of the games last year.
Oh,
nice.
You know what? I really think Cody came in with the mindset he's going to win this the game ball today. And you know what? I don't see Tortilla, so
you literally just said Tortilla. I said Juan Pornhill.
What's that? Oh wait, yeah. I'm sorry, I thought it was Cody. I do apologize. See, it's
wow. Tortilla, I'd never do that to you, brother. That's why you're a permanent fixture on the friend list.
Are you done? So I did confuse that. I apologize. So maybe Tortilla is in the running for it, but I do know what I'm trying to make the point of saying is Cody is coming in hot and heavy today, and Tortilla is in the house. I do apologize, Tortilla. You know that. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. He says, well, Carolina bought their own karma when they burnt our terrible towel. That is what you're referring to. That could be it. When the hell did that happen anyway? For a while.
Was that on the schedule reveal, maybe?
I don't know.
I can't remember. And only thing I can think about right now is Cody coming hot and heavy.
You want me to run my jizz hat down to your studio, Mike? I have
yes, please.
Jizz hat. Tyrone, I'm sorry. Let's go right here. At least you know Cody. Damn, Cody. Yinzer Joe says this. What are the real options if the Steelers don't give JPJ a new contract? Play without him? Trade him? Because he could hold out maybe all season too, but players don't like to lose money. Let me jump off that, Mike, because I think that's a good place to talk about this. Guys, this was something that was interesting to me, providing I can find it. Right here, guys. Jerry Dulac reports this. Jerry Dulac reports this, guys. JPJ's spring hold-in did not sit well with the new Steelers coaching staff. This is interesting to me for a couple reasons. It isn't like the past when TJ held in and held out. It wasn't like in the past like Cam Hayward. This was a coach that they were very familiar with in the past, in the coaching system that's been in place, and it's different, Mike. This JPJ with the new coaching staff, I gotta believe, is a different situation than we've had in the past when players held out, because again, it is new. Again, we don't know what that is being said behind closed doors, but it is being reported that it didn't sit well.
Yeah,
the new coaching staff. So what do you make it is before I move on? Before I go on about it.
I can see where the coaches are coming from.
But on the other hand, he still has to work his leverage for his paycheck. I mean,
exactly. This is a business. It's a business. He wants to get paid, wants to have that security because what happens if he goes out there and gets hurt? He's not going to get that money. And the team will just cut him and be like, oh, sorry, gone. But there's no loyalty on their end. Why should he have the loyalty on his end? At least he showed up, did all the work in the classroom, was not a disruption, was there every day during the off season. Guys in that position would in the past wouldn't even show up. We'd be talking mad shit in the media. We'd be pulling a Baker Mayfield talking to the media about how he's being disrespected and doesn't feel valued, and he'll go elsewhere and get money. This guy kept his mouth shut, worked all off season with Brisker, and off the field, was at every meeting, at every practice. Yes, he didn't practice, but he was there day in, day out. He's doing his part of what the only leverage that he has. Why I don't know why they would frown on him for that. This is the landscape of the NFL. Players hold in. Now. They show up, they do the things instead of completely disassociating themselves from the team. At least he's there every day, talking with everyone, talking with the coaches.
A couple of things. I'm going to jump down because I kind of see that Steel Loyal is commenting on this as well. He said he hasn't heard a single coach say that. All I've seen is Steelers Depot. Of course, this was not even from them. This was from Jerry Dulac is the report that I did get this from. So again, something has been said somewhere. Now, as far as what you're saying, Mike, I agree with you. The guy has to do his thing. He has to get, use his leverage, get his paycheck, get his money. But at the end of the day, maybe they're looking at it from a football point of view instead of a business point of view. Again, I don't know the story as Steele was saying. I don't have all the detail of even who said it, but I do know that it is being reported in the Post-Gazette. So the thing is, maybe perhaps if the whole story was broken, it could be on football terms. It didn't sit well with us because, again, we like to have them with the team. Again, we have different players back here. The safeties, we have different safeties. We have a different cornerback opposite side of you. We have different things going on, obviously, under a new coach. And I agree with you, what you said, Mike. He has been participating. He has been very compliant with everything so far. But maybe, just maybe, it is on that level of a football thing instead of a business thing. That I could understand because it wouldn't sit well with me either if I'm on the football field and the guy playing across from me isn't there while we're learning, while we're in these early steps. Perhaps this was what was being said. I don't know. I can't confirm. I can't deny. But again, that would seem to me ultimately what it was, the direction that would be going, unless there's a problem. And again, that has not been reported that there's a problem.
Outside of that quote from Dulac, I haven't heard anything. And even all I heard from Omar Collin was saying we're not going to talk about contracts. Guys who are hurt aren't going to talk to the media. And, only so much you can do with contracts, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm more inclined to take for what Omar Khan said than what, was being reported from Dulac.
And again, we don't know. There could be a lot more to it.
Yeah, it could be more to it. But, he's out there in practice today, again, at camp. He was there seen working out on his own, walking around the field and interacting with fans, interacting with the guys. So if there was any real bad disconnect, I don't even think they would allow him out there.
I don't know. Again, I just could go by what I'm reading in the paper here. That's all I could report. Again, this is new news. It's not speculation of the off season. So again, I'm just talking about what was being reported. Let's continue to go down here a little bit on the board. I'm going to go right here. Let's go to Tyrone. Damn, you think about JPJ more than me. He said, I think that is going to Yinzer Joe. Let's go down here to Cody. He says, if JPJ wants to hold out, I would keep him on the team this year and franchise tag him next year. Really would you going to play one way or another? Let's go here to Steel Loyal. He says, Steeler Joe, you quite literally answered your own question. Tyrone says this, but no, to answer your question, 1, he's not getting traded. 2, pay him or he will sit out. Until then, simple. I just don't know if they have the money. Mike, this kind of seems to be a problem. Of course, this was said also. Let's see if I can find Noah House, Mike. This one, somebody that we did shit on earlier in the week for his comments. Of course, he said this was going to be a border. He has no interest in covering camp, but anyway, he's here anyway.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is what No Ohio says, Mike. He says JPJ should have been the Steelers' top priority. I woulda, coulda, shoulda. I don't disagree.
I don't either.
Do we have money to pay him at this point? What? How do you handle this situation?
It's going to be tricky to get that contract done, but Omar and his staff, they're one of the best, if not the best, at figuring out how to move money around to not fuck us over in the end. But yeah, he should have been the number one priority. I love Mount Washington. I love Nick Herbig, but we got guys ahead of them that are starting and that are proven starters. JPJ, there was really no one behind him that we knew. It's not the same. Well, yeah, he was a good corner in San Diego, but he was never talked about in the top 5, top 10 conversation before his injury. Don't be wrong. I love Asante Samuel Jr. I'm glad he's here. I'm glad Jamal Dean's here, but he's an older player. You lock down your corner. You lock down your lockdown corner. That's just football 101 right there.
Mike, the speculation,
then you go back in and fill in everything.
What I'm
else.
seeing in the papers is the fact that perhaps they. And listen, I'm not trying to kick dust up on this, but perhaps they don't view him as a top 5, and that could also create some situations and some issues. And also, Mike, with Denzel up in Cleveland getting the big payday yesterday, becoming the highest paid corner, you also have to notice that Witherspoon and Gonzalez are also going to get paid at the end of the day. So I don't know if we have. I just don't know what angle to take with this with JPJ, because this is putting him us in a situation on top of. That's what I'm saying. The $1 million question is, how the hell does this get handled at this point?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one because his agent is not a pushover. He has one of his agent is one of the guys that a lot of teams hate negotiating with, because he's going to get the most that he can for his client, and that's what he's going to do. If I'm the Steelers, though, Porter's one of the guys I'm not letting leave the building. You're only going to have to give him one contract. He's 26 years old. He signed into a 5-year deal. He's going to be 31. By that point, he's going to be at the end of the road, and you're not paying money for a quarterback right now because you want to go the younger route. Those guys' contracts are going to come up by the time his contract's expiring anyway. This is the perfect time to lock down this guy. And they should have made that the priority, but everything else on the back burner, because you could have got Herbig and Mount Washington done during camp.
I agree. But again, at the end of the day, where do they value this particular player?
I know. If they don't value him in the top as a top corner in the league, what are they? Are they just looking at interceptions?
And I want to
all
say
the
this,
other deep stats that we've been talking about.
Never letting up a single point at your position. I think that certainly should be way up there. But at the end of the day, Mike, that's the multi-million-dollar question.
It's just
how the hell do you figure this out now?
It's going to be an interesting.
And I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be an interesting development. I want him to get signed, get in there, and get his money and play and get ready for the season. Again, I'm not bad-mouthing him. I'm just saying, for me as a fan, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And I hate that we're dealing and worrying about this at this point,
And I understand both sides, where they're coming from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Players want to get the most that they can. Teams don't want to pay a whole lot of money, to players. Unless they fall in love with them, with like someone like T.J. Watt and Cam Hayward. But, teams want to, pay as little as possible for guys, and guys want to get the most that they can. It's just the nature of any business and of any job. Every human wants to get as much money as they can, as they think they're worth. So I don't fault him for it, and I understand where the team's coming from too.
The big story this week, one of the big stories at least, of course, JPJ, of course, everything going into camp, like the competitions, the backup quarterbacks, the new players, the rookies, everything that's going on. One of the big things that are standing out this week, like a sore thumb, of course, is Coach McCarthy's decision to take out tackling from camp. You may have an opinion one way, you may have an opinion another way. I'm going to tell you what Patrick Queen's opinion is on this matter, as he spoke on no tackling. He says this quote, he says, you're just basing your practice on how you would take in a game, or how you would tackle in a game. I'm sorry. Sometimes my own writing F's with me. He follows it up by saying, then during the game, it's just a little bit more effort to put the ball carriers on the ground. But other than that, there's really no difference. With this being said, I just want to state this. Not only did he lead the league in missed tackles last year with 28, Mike, he also, the next person on the team with missed tackles behind Patrick Queen had 12. So it isn't like a bunch of people were missing mad tackles. Patrick Queen is okay with not practicing tackling, and he led the league by a big margin on the amount of tackles last year. I want to see the guy tackling some people this summer. I mean,
me too.
Call me crazy.
That response may be more mental than Noah's response about the Steelers.
What do you? Sorry, let me go back to what Noah says. Excluding
from yesterday. The article.
Yeah.
That might be more mental than from Queen than that.
Well, I mean, here's also this right here. This here. You guys want to hear another one?
Let's hear it, brother.
This one is from a very fat man here in Western Pennsylvania. A lot of people
do
watch our shows from abroad, from outside of the town. Of course, I'm not talking about the ones you see on your screen in front of you.
Okay.
From the fat man. He says this, Mike, it's not like they're not going to be hitting. They're still going to be contacting. They're just not going to be bringing people to the ground. Why would you want to practice taking people to the ground in the game of football when you're playing the highest talented players on the planet? Call me crazy. I don't agree with the fat man, Mike. I don't think this is something you overlook. Again, you're tackling guys who are the top athletes on the planet in your particular job. You had a guy who led the whole league in the team by almost over a dozen missed tackles.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's, listen, people that are just kind of coasting over this like it's a non-issue. Again, doing your job is a hard thing. You're at the top level. You're a professional football player. And to do it against other people at that level, I tend to think that you have to kind of practice to stay keep your skills sharp. Otherwise, just like any other human being, you walk into your job not prepared. And again, I better see Patrick Queen not have 28 missed tackles this year, leading the league. If again, this is the route we're going to go.
Yeah, like if we were a great tackling team, I'd be like,
right.
But it's something that we haven't been good at. So their philosophy is, hey, we haven't been good at it. We're not going to do it. It's also a wear and tear type thing. So we're going to be fresher while we miss more tackles. Now, if we come out and are a better tackling team, all right, cool. Maybe it was the right call. But right now I'm thinking that's something we might want to have.
Again, it's only part of the game. Why don't we go to basketball camp and not shoot the ball? Why don't we go to baseball camp and not hit the ball? Why don't we go to hockey and not skate around? It's part of the game. For me, again, at the end of the day, you do it when you're a little kid. You practice. You get hurt. You know what? That's part of the game. You get bumps. You get bruises. You do it when you get into high school. You do it when you get into college. Again, I understand what Steel Loyal is saying. Yes, the team that did lead the league in tackles, or what is it right here? He had it somewhere. Best tackling team in the league last year didn't tackle in practice. That to me is not a selling point. I mean, that's obviously a fact that happened, and we're going to look at it and say, okay, that's more teams don't tackle in training camp than that do. So the odds are better for another team being the best tackling team in the league. However, when you have the worst tackler in the league by way of miss, I tend to think it might be a little bit different than the team that was the best tackling team in the league. I don't see how it becomes beneficial. I do see the fact that you're saying, Steele, 100%. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying I tend to think that these guys might need a little bit more practice because the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, and how many times have we seen Keanu Benton blow through the lines and not be able to wrap someone up?
That's what I'm saying. He can't finish plays in the backfield sometimes because he's not wrapping players up. This is a problem.
Yeah. But hey, it's a time of change. I'm going to embrace it, but I am going to. Once we start missing tackles, I'm going to pull the old Aaron Rodgers.
I got my receipts. I got them right here. Believe me.
Yeah.
I got a whole roll of them.
And hey, if it works out for the best of us, I'll be the first to admit, like, hey, I was wrong. I was wrong in my take.
Absolutely. Yeah. But for what I'm going off of, we have the guy that has the most missed tackles in the league. So logically, I would say we probably should practice that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But again, call me nuts, Mike. Let's continue on the board. Derpy, any thoughts on that before we do get back to the board?
I'm just hoping the middle of the field is fixed, but it doesn't look like it'll be fixed anytime soon with this with this
I don't know,
situation?
I don't know, Derpy. They were in coverage yesterday. They were looking good. Queen and Wilson and Holcomb were looking really good in pass coverage yesterday.
All right, I'll take your word.
And a lot of these problems, as I'm seeing a later Mark Malone comment, and I'm going to get back to her comments. He says, it better now that Tomlin's gone. So again, some of these things that people were placing on Tomlin, we're going to find out the answer this year. If this was bad, and people go, well, it's Tomlin. You know what? If it doesn't get fixed or if it's still a problem, then we're going to find out. And guess what? We're going to keep receipts both good and bad this year because, again, a lot of the times the shortcomings came back on the head coach, which that's not out of the question. But we're going to see this year because, again, my first time in 20 years, we're going to have an opportunity to step out of the former and be able to see the situation moving forward. So again, let's get back to the board. Anybody else on this real quick before we get to the board?
Nope.
All right, guys, let's go right here. Tyrone, but to answer your question, okay, we did get that. Bring back Patrick Peterson is what you were saying on the board. Let's go here to Corey. Corey, don't drink that, says, and Ty, I hope he doesn't hold out because the Steelers will let him sit out and lose money, then trade him after he's sat out, kind of like the Lev Bell situation. Unfortunately, Corey also says he'd probably end up in New York as well. He would more than likely be a Jet. By the way, I've seen this play out time after time with
the Jets.
The Steelers, former players. They love former Steelers players. They love to run them into the ground. I know that too. Let's go here to, okay, the Panthers. I asked you who you were referring to. Thank you for that steal. God's already took care of it. Let's go here to Corey. He says, I'm calling it now, though. If he gets traded, he's going to Miami. Miami. Okay. Let's go here. Detroit, Mark Malone. Of course, Mark has everybody on their way to Detroit. Truth says this. Truth Thongs, thinking Steelers run D will get ran over all year. And excuse me. The thing also, guys, with this tackling, you got to remember, they are the highest paid defense in the league. So if you have the highest paid defense, you probably don't want to have the guy with the most missed tackles. Yes, he's not making Dave Watts money. I get that. But at the end of the day, you would think having a game against Buffalo where they run for 250 yards shouldn't happen. Maybe perhaps we tackled better. During the season also, Mike, I could remember it was inconsistent. There'd be a couple weeks it looked like we were downright struggling to stop the running game. And then a week later, we looked great. So getting consistent, I think, is also a big key. But learning to they know how to tackle, but sharpening your skills and keeping it sharp, I think, goes a long way. Is anything. You don't drive for X amount of period. You lose a little bit. You got to get back at it and practice, and you got to drive. And look how, I mean, that's something we're all accustomed to. Where JPJ, he's on a different level. These guys are on different levels, and everybody that we're talking about in this situation.
I don't know.
I don't want to touch the JPG situation because
but the tackles, obviously, what I'm going to say.
The tackle.
Vanilla may think my response will be mental. That's why I don't want to touch the JPJ situation.
All right. Derpy just said Mike is mental, and I think we all agree with that. Let's continue.
Brother,
no, I said he may think my response is mental.
Brother, go ahead and say it.
So he is saying that he says that you are mental, Mike. What are you
brother, I'm dressed up as a character right now with an alternate personality. Of course I'm mental. Say your take, bro. That's why you're here.
That's fair. I just don't think they should overpay him because usually when you overpay a player, they don't perform. Looking at TJ Watt, I mean,
it's a fair opinion. Whether you agree,
I think $30 million is what he wants in a way is too much.
All right, fair enough.
So you heard it here first from everyone, Derpy, or from Derpy. Anyone who is outperforming their rookie contract, do not pay them. Let them walk out the door because they might underperform.
All right, you asked him his opinion. That's fair enough. That's what we're going to let him have. Let's continue right here. Let's go to right here. Okay, we did get Truth Thong. Let's go here to Tyrone. He says, then better pay him. Don't drink that. It's Steelers' fault for waiting this long and paying Harbig and Darnell before paying their best player. Let's go to Corey. He says, Mark, I hope not. I got a buddy that works that's a huge Lions fan, and I really don't want to hear it. LOL. Talking about a sad fan base. Your team has been mud has been dirt forever. You get good for 1 year, and then you go back to sucking with all those good players. I like this. I like to listen. If we don't win, I don't mind seeing Detroit win. Let's go here. Corey also says that Ty, I agree. Let me ask you this: if he leaves, are you jumping ship, or are you about to have two favorite? Ty ain't going nowhere, man. He bleeds black and gold, baby. Let's go. Somber. Somber says it was Chase and DJ Turner going at it, and Chase says you better fucking show some respect. Funny coming from a guy who spit on somebody last year.
Exactly. I thought the same thing too, Somber.
I got to be honest with you. The guys are funny today. They're good. They're creative. But I got to give Somber the game ball for that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a level-headed answer because at the end of the day, you do have somebody talking about respect, and he was just spitting in another man's face just last year. So, Somber, game ball to you today. Congratulations. I am going to say what's up to my man, Jamie Carlo. Yo, yo, yo. Always great seeing Jamie on the board. I know he's ready for the Steelers to take the field in 2 weeks from today. If you could even believe that, 2 weeks from today, we're going to be watching the Steelers and the Green Bay Packers right here at Acrisure Stadium. And then also 45 days, that's right, Fumalafala days, 45 days, will be kicking off the season against the Dirty Birds. Not the shit birds, but the Dirty Birds will be in town at Acrisure Stadium to kick it off against the Falcons, guys. It's coming quick as we are halfway through our first week of training camp, if you could even believe that, guys. Let's continue. Somber Corey says that's Somber. He's loves spitting on people, doesn't he? He gets one a year, it seems. Gross motherfucker. Let's go here to Jamie. Jamie says Somber, that is hilarious. Steel Loyal, he says yes, schedule reveal.
Okay,
that's what I thought for the Panthers. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's when it was, huh? They see us on the schedule and they decide to burn the terrible towel.
That's definitely gonna go.
That's retardation, is what it is.
And that is
Very much.
What are you even doing at that point? I mean, we're not in their conference. We're not in their division. We play them once every 4 years. What are you doing? Let's continue on. Mark Malone says they're not signing him either way. May as well trade him this year. Somber says Thunder is going to need you to change that background color. It's looking kind of brown and Bengali.
Oh,
Somber. Usually, I agree with you with 100% of the time, brother. But the ladies said they liked the color scheme, and I got to listen to the ladies on this one. Maybe next episode.
I seen that. I heard it. Derpy did say that he liked it. It's true. Let's move forward here. Let's go to the Tyrone. He says this. He says, I'm a Steeler fan first, but I will stop caring and not taking this franchise serious anymore, and I will still support him. And I'm a fan. Here's the thing, guys. Joey's from here. Yep. Joey's a Pittsburgh boy. Grew up, born and raised north of Allegheny, went to high school, went to college not far from here at Penn State, and now he's a Steeler. I mean, everybody's rooting, everyone's pulling for him. I'm just having a hard time trying to figure out the answer at this point, Mike. I thought that it was going to come together by camp. But as more and more is happening, I'm really starting to be concerned about Joey Porter Jr. in this whole situation.
Me too. Stupid camera. But yeah, me too, man. Like, this is one thing I didn't want to have happen. It's not a distraction, but it's just a key piece.
It's just not what you want to be doing right now.
Yeah, a key piece of the puzzle, not there. He's, engaged, but not practicing. I want him out there with the guys.
Right. That's something.
We need him, and he wants to play. He's a damn good player too. We need him out there. It's just something that could potentially have been avoided.
Yeah, and again, I mean, it doesn't surprise you. Remember, we were getting on the plane to get down to Jacksonville for preseason game 1 last year, and Cam decides he wants to bring up a pay raise. So again, nothing surprises you at this point. But again, I want it to be fixed. I know that everybody wants to get fixed. Again, it's starting to look more complicated, and that this is not what I wanted to be dealing with or anybody else at this particular point of the tenure, guys. But let's continue on. A couple more messages. Matter of fact, I'm going to try to get caught up here a little bit. Let's go here to Tyrone. He says, coaches can cry harder. Who gives a F what he once paid? He once paid, of course, talking about the coaches in the comment from Jerry Dulac. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. Haven't heard a single coach. Let's see. Steelers Depot. Mark Malone says they should have traded him last week. Not going to get much out of him now. Steel Loyal says, and they're not credible. And again, that was from
Yeah.
the Post Gazette. That wasn't. Corey says, no, I feel that when they let Lev Bell walk, I strongly questioned this team until I learned Lev Bell wanted guaranteed money like he did with his injury history and valued rapping game more. Let's go to Steel Loyal. He says, God, I hate the Steelers Depot. They're pushing this narrative and y'all are buying. Which narrative is that? I'm not sure. Steelers Depot claimed it was Dulac, but they use his name a lot. I seen from the Gazette, actually. I don't have that right in front of me, but I'm going to move on. Let's continue on. Let's go right here to Tyrone. Tyrone says this exactly. Been at every meeting, practice, not on social media, talking crap or anything. He just wants his money. I think it's fake news, just like his injury. Well, we do know that that's probably
it.
Let's go here. Let's go down to I'm going to go to Mark Malone. I don't think they'd franchise him. They won't do him like that. Mike, the franchise tag, that's an option as well. That's not out of the question.
Yeah, that would be for next year. Yeah, because when the contract ends, it's something they could do. Then that fight would be even worse than the one this year.
I agree.
It'd be a big fight. He would get paid really well, but like it's that hey, I want years in guaranteed money, and
right.
No, I'm going to be here for a while, and I have that safety net. Yeah, the franchise tag is a tricky one.
All right, let's go right here, guys. But again, I mean, that's a possible, it's something that we may be looking at down the road. It is something that could very well be. Steel Loyal says we have the money. Art just doesn't want to pay it. We will be offloading A-Rod, J-Ram, Queen, and possibly Highsmith. Again, we have a lot of money paid out. We brought in, again, a lot of what we've seen in this offseason and last offseason. We're bringing in players, and again, everything costs money, so we will see. Tortilla says, I intercepted the game ball. Unlike JPJ. You know what? I got to give you a game ball with that for that one as well, too. 2 game balls out today. Steel Loyal JPJ's cap won't hit until next year, of course. Let's go here to Mark. He says Herbig and Walsh stole JPJ's Darnell Washington's stole JPJ's bag, man. Tyrone says J-Ram, we think B, but we don't know. Same with Highsmith. It's just like we think. Who knows what they will? Absolutely. We're just talking some shit, man. That's all. It's all good, dude. Let's go here. Do nowadays, of course. Mark Malone, he says this. He says not many consider him a top 5. And that's, again, Mike, Denzel Ward getting the big bag in Cleveland. Gonzalez, Witherspoon. Do you fit JPJ? Does he fit in those last 2 spots for you? Again, we just don't know, obviously, what the Steelers feel like.
Like for me, he does. My God, like when I dug into all those advanced stats, like coverage and completion percentage against, completion percentages, third down completion percentages. He's in the top 5 in just about all of those categories. So yeah, he is in that clump of there's probably 8 guys battling for the top 5 spot, and he's in that clump. People want to talk about interceptions. Okay, he had the same amount of interceptions as Surtain last year. He had more interceptions than Gonzalez last year. Interceptions are great, they're awesome, but you have to look into the deep analytical stats. Like I was saying, completion percentage, quarterback completion percentage against how you do on third down, completion percentage against zone coverage and man coverage. He's there in the top 8, top 5 in all of those. So yeah, for me, he's in that group of guys that are battling for the top 5.
Absolutely. And again, it comes down to a lot of different things, Mike. And again, we already have Denzel Ward paid. You already have a couple other guys that's already considered top 5. So this is where it makes things difficult. You value him one way. I value him one way. Derby values. But at the end of the day, it matters what the team values him at. And that's just not, we just don't know that at this point. Obviously, because again, everything is still kind of up in the air and it's just getting weirder and weirder. I didn't want this to happen. I did not want to be here at this point, guys. Let's move forward here. Gonzo and JPJ have the same agent.
Okay, I knew him and one of the other corners did. I couldn't remember who it was.
Also, Tyrone, he says, yep, same agent. That's good and bad at the same time, shaking my head. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. He says agent wants him to get paid, so he's holding out for Gonzo too. Let's go here to Tyrone. Tyrone says this. in regards to JPJ. If they don't look at him as a top guy, if I'm JPJ, I'm out, and I want the best for him and to go somewhere they value him, because that's just BS. Wonder why we haven't won shit in 10 years, this soft franchise. And again, I think most Pittsburgh people they want things to work out with JPJ. He's a Pittsburgh guy. We're big on that here. So again, I hope this all gets figured out. Let's go to Mark. Mark Malone says this: it would have been really nice to get a first-round pick out of him. Dude says this: JPJ will be signed by the Steelers. It's all business. We don't understand. All for show. Con will figure it out. Steel Loyal says smoke and mirrors. Dude says Patrick Queen sucked last year. And you know what? And he recognized that. He come out and made some comments where Derpy, he's saying that I know what I have to fix. I know what I have to do. The coaches know what I have to fix. And again, I'm kind of putting it in the same column as we have a new coaching staff. Let's see if these guys could right the ship on a lot of these little problems that we had along the way. So I'm kind of there. That's where I'm at. Let's see if things change under the new system. That's, I think, logical to do. Let's go to Dude. Dude said in tackling, he should be. I couldn't agree with you more. It's only football, you know. It's only the thing they do on every single play in a football game. I can't imagine you'd want to practice, but all right. Let's continue forward here. Best tackling. Okay, we did get that. Mark Malone says it'll be better now that Tomlin's gone. Raul, I do want to say what's up to Raul. Always great seeing you on the board. He says, does Mike Vanilla Thunder, I apologize, have extensions in his hair and bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair?
Brother, this is all natural flowing locks, brother. You can't buy this in a lab. Now, for the bamboo earrings, I have bamboo earrings, but they're not on my ears.
All right.
Same.
Dude says, how do they get in action football shape? I mean, you would think getting together with the team and practicing would be it, but
right.
Apparently it is not. We will see. Again, we're going to hold receipts. I'm not going to go on and on. We'll keep the receipts on this, and we'll touch base when the tackling is either better or worse, perhaps the same. We will see. Again, I kind of put it in the column: new coaching staff, new system, new mentality. I think things should be better, but we'll see. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tortilla says this: Derpy, show us your heavies. Oh wait, I skipped one. I seen this and I had to read it. Tortilla says, why go to Kennywood and not have wood for Kenny? And then he says, Derpy, show us your heavies. Let's go to Mark Malone. It'll be easy to see. The silence from the Tomlin nut huggers will be deafening. Let's go here to B Smiles, my man, brand new to the board. I want to say thank you. Great seeing you, sir. He says this: if the team does bad this year, do you give the team a pass or will you hold it against them? I think you should at least get 1 year. But again, I don't think the team's going to be bad. They're better than they were last year. You figured they improved. We didn't have wide receivers. We had Arthur Smith. So in theory,
they were division champs last year. They had a home playoff game. What, 10-6 last year we were?
10-7.
Yeah, 10-7. My God. Yeah. I know what I meant. But yeah, like I don't want to see this team backslide. Yeah, it's new coaching staff. I think it's going to be maybe like a slow start, but I can see this team being at least 10-7, 11-6. You know, that's kind of where I have them at right now. Like, I have high expectations for this team. That I think this coaching staff, you know, the way they came in, and the way the roster is built, everything is there to get them to that next level. You know, we've been hitting a wall for the past 10 years, and I think this is the perfect coaching staff to get them over the hump. So, like, anything outside of contending for a division title would be like a bad year. I don't know if I would hold it against them because, you know, like, things happen. You have to take everything in the context of injuries and shit like that. But like, this team for me is primed for a damn good season and a damn good run. If everyone stays healthy, that's what the expectations should be.
What, Derpy?
I said that's always been the problem: injuries.
Ultimately, to answer the question, B, I don't know. It's tough to tell at this point. Being a football fan is full of emotion, and it's going to take seeing what actually how it plays out for me to answer that question.
I will say one
I mean,
thing.
if it's disastrous and there's one problem after another, I mean, obviously we're gonna have beef. There's gonna be a problem. But maybe a couple relevant injuries along the way, some things put us in position. So again, it's circumstantial in my opinion to answer that question. I think that we're gonna have a good year. I'm hopeful that we're gonna have a great year. But at the end of the day, to answer that question, I don't take it the wrong way, but I don't even want to think about it yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, quick stay for bad year. I don't want to think about that.
You're right. I've been working hard all off season to stay optimistic, and again, they're giving us reason to. They're making smart things happen, bringing in wide receivers and stuff. So again, it's hard to answer. I want to think I would be okay, but again, it's tough. It's hard. Being a football fan is very emotional, as is soccer and other big sports that tons of fans love. So maybe it just depends how it plays out with the bad season, if that in fact happens. But thank you. That's a good question, B. I would love having you here, brother. Let's go to Ty. Ty says this, guys. He says, I hear you, Derpy. But Porter in his prime, LOL Watt was 30. Way different, and it goes by the market. And I had argument yesterday by a dude in DM and said Porter wanted to be a Steeler. He should take a pay cut. Let me finish Tyrone's other next message, and then I'll let you jump on that. He follows up by saying, like, the Steelers fan really pissed me off because nobody once was saying this when DK and Watt, that was almost 30 and over, but Porter 26 with the best year he ever had. Laughed my ass if I can't with Steeler fans. Mike Derpy, good.
I mean, past players they won. They didn't really care about their contracts. They were a team player, but I get you, Tyrone. I get you.
And again, I think both sides of this argument could be good. I do. I think that you could bring it both ways. For one, the guy once paid. Bottom line. Yeah. For two, in the past, you've seen it work when players like possibly the best quarterback in Steeler history did take a pay cut to keep good teams together. And Ben Roethlisberger and other players. I know Bussy did it. Some other big Heinz Ward, I'm sure, Paul Malu. I just know that they wanted to keep their team together. They made it happen. So at the end of the day, there's a good argument on both sides of this. I hate it. And I'm going to say it one more time. I don't want to be here with our Steelers right now. This is what I wish wasn't going on. But unfortunately, we're going to hope for the best. Corey says this, it's somber. He agrees with you 100% of the time, 99% of the time. Laugh my ass off. Mark Malone says, look more and more like old Malone was right all along. Hey, sun shines on a dog's ass some days, right? Just kidding, Mark. Let's go to Dude. Dude says the Panthers should be thanking the Steelers for their number one pick 2 years ago when Rudolph showed his starting skills. Let's go here to Matari. He says the wide receiver room has been on another level at camp, and I'm hearing that as well. And I do want to say welcome to you, Matari. I do want to say welcome to the Terrible Board. It is great to have you here, and thank you for your comment. It's looking good, guys. Again, they're looking sharp. Another year, DK and Aaron Rodgers playing together. That's a good thing. Pittman in the picture this year, where we had no wide receiver. Calvin Austin. Okay, we had. These guys are trees. Between DK and Pittman, these guys are trees. They're huge guys. You got to like that. Jeremy coming along. And also what you're seeing from Roman Wilson, I think, Mike, is certainly encouraging in these first couple of days of camp. Aaron's go-to guy. I mean, this is something that I would have never even thought of hearing 8 months ago.
Right, yeah. He's been targeting him a lot yesterday and today. So
who's the little ugly cousin now, or the little ugly brother?
The little ugly baby.
The little ugly baby.
Like he's, Aaron's trying to, beautify him up.
Yeah.
And put some makeup on there. Get the hairs done. We're working on him. But this is what I wanted to see out of Rodgers and Roman Wilson this year. Get that connection, because Roman has the ability. Let Jeremy come along, because I have high expectations for Jeremy, but still a rookie. It's a big jump from NFL to the pros. So if he can ease in and not have the high expectations put on him, flying under the radar, this is going to be it'd be good for both of them and good for the team overall.
Always great seeing you, Steelers Chic. Hope things going good for you, sir. Glad to have you as always. I know Steelers Chic is ready, baby. He's ready. Let's go to Mark Maloney. He says Rudolph 8-6-1 as a Steelers starter. That ain't bad with a 500 head coach. I mean, all things considered, that's you're right. It's not terrible.
I'll take that out of a backup quarterback.
Right.
He is what he is. He's not going to be a starter. He proved that when he went.
Don't lose games. That's all you're being asked to do if you're a backup. Don't lose games.
Yeah.
Charlie Batch was great at this. He didn't lose games when called upon. Byron Leftwich was good at this. He didn't lose games when called upon. That's all you basically got to do. You got to play good enough to not lose football games. And again, if Mason could do that, we don't know how this is going to play out. We don't know if there's going to be 3. We don't know if there's going to be 4. We don't know how it's going to play. This is why they have the camp. But Mike, at the end of the day, I mean, come on, that's not terrible. We'll take it, and it could be a lot worse. It could be a
whole hell of a lot worse. There's some bad, backup quarterbacks out there. Remember, the stated goal of the team is to contend, win for a Super Bowl. They want to compete and win every game. So Mason has the inside track. So Will Allar's going to have to blow the roof off the coaching staff in the front office to get that number 2 spot.
I
Is that fair to him? Maybe not, but that's the reality of it for the stated team goals of what they want to do. And you can tell they're committed. This coaching staff is committed to Drew Allar no matter what. They drafted him in the 3rd round. McCarthy was really high on him. They also had praise for Howard too, but Howard wasn't their draft pick of this coaching staff. So he could be in their in the coaching staff's eyes expendable if he doesn't overly blow their socks off.
Mike, this right here, Rudy, we're talking about, of course, Mason Rudolph. Rudy he raves. Mike, the word that they use is he raves about Mike McCarthy's attention to detail. Of course, the practices have been noticeably different, commented on by players, fans alike. It's a fast-paced, hustling practice. I think that getting back to being a disciplined team could go a long way for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and playing like a team that just has that energy, like they are trying to get ready for football games constantly. I like this. Again, at the end of the day, Rudy raves, Mike, about the Mike McCarthy's attention to detail practices, and I got to be honest with you, I do too.
Yeah, and everything is timed out to the second. Too.
Yes.
And they're making it because McCarthy said 8 out of your 17 games are going to come down to that 2 minute.
You're right.
Whether it's 2 minutes offense or 2 minute defense, and we've done well with the 2 minute defense keeping us in it. It's going to be that offense getting into it, and I like it. It comes down to the 2 minutes. That's titled Derpy Sex Tape.
Well, I'm just looking at this last message. Derpy, is your sister as cute as you? Is what Yinzer.
Fucked up, Yinzer Joe.
I'm listening, and I was totally paying attention.
Where's this at? I don't see it.
It's the very bottom, right here at the bottom of the messages, second to last message right now.
You know what?
What's that even supposed to mean, Yinzer Joe? What is that even supposed to mean? I don't mean to say this. Do you want to get timed out for this? No.
My eye just caught that out of the side of my eye, and I started reading as you were talking. That's a good question, Derpy. Is your sister as cute as you? Yinzer Joe wants to know.
Hey, we think you're cute, Derpy.
No comment.
If you're asking if she's single, no.
She is not. All right, there you go.
She's happily married.
Fair enough. Yes. In the fact that she looks just like Derpy. So yes, to answer that question. I do not want to take another moment. I have to welcome Jen into the house. Mike, of course, our girl Jen from Wisconsin. She's going to be developing the OG title soon. Jen, of course, had a rough off season. All of our thoughts and prayers have been with her. Great to see you back on the board. Jen, I know you're excited. We are 2 weeks away from playing the team right down the road from where you live again in preseason. The first preseason game 2 weeks from today. So make sure you get your Duquesne Pilsner and you get ready because it is time. 2 weeks from today, the Green Bay Packers coming to town. And in 45 days, Fu Malafala days, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be kicking off against the Atlanta Falcons here in Western Pennsylvania. So very, very pumped. I know everybody's hyped, guys. I know they are. I know I sure am. And it's coming. It's coming.
Yes.
Who would have thought 199 days ago when the season ended at home against Houston, it would go this fast? I truly didn't. I thought it would drag. But the offseason certainly was eventful with the draft here in Pittsburgh, drawing 800,000 people, the largest crowd in draft history, with everything that went on with the everything that's going on, the new coaching staff. And guys, it went fast for us. So again, very thankful that we are here. 199 days from the last time the Steelers played a meaningful game of football. Jenny, how you doing? Again, it's Jenny with an I and an E. I had to correct myself because yesterday I did call her Jenny, and I knew that she would punch me in the face like if I continue to call her that. So I had to fix it because I know that she tolerates Jenny with an I and an E and not with the Y. So my apologies to you.
Don't get that wrong.
Tortilla says Steelers do have a deep offense. Fuck Steelers Depot. Also,
Okay.
also Raul says hospital word is 1 concussion from eating Jello.
Damn.
Welcome, Raul. Great to have you. Great to see you. As always, let's go here. Mike 100 is what Ty is saying. Also, Jen, Mark Malone, welcome Jen to the house. Yinzer Joe says you can call him the Peace Pipe Porter, and we wave goodbye to Peasy. Let's go here to Mark Malone. I think he plays out this season here, unfortunately. Yinzer Joe, maybe if he leaves, he can go win something. Probably hold out, Mark Malone is saying. Tyrone says also in response, he says, he ain't playing if he don't get a deal. LOL.
And I hate players like that.
Mark and Ty kind of going back at it, back and forth here. Should have traded him, Mark is saying. Yinzer Joe says JPJ always ahead at practice with the non-tackling practice. See what I'm saying? If he wouldn't have worked on his tackling from year 1 to year 2 and year 2 to year 3, you got to work on this shit. You just do. You just do. So again, I understand the team that led the league in tackles. They don't tackle in practice, but we will follow this for sure. Mark Malone, he's leading the non-tackling drills. Is what Mark Malone is saying. Let's go here back to Ty. Ty says, maybe TJ, DK, and J-Ram should be taking the pay cuts. Not our best, but I don't disagree. I think that, again, got to make it work. Let's go here to Joe. Joe says this. JPJ is still under contract. He has no choice but to play or will be fined all season, which is probably going to happen. Then they'll franchise him next year. He won't be happy camper. He better play ball. And this is ultimately some concerns, Joe. Absolutely.
Maybe we can have a Le'Veon Bell type situation going on.
It can have exactly like a Le'Veon Bell situation. Mark Malone says, he says, I'm stoked about the team, offense especially. I can't wait to see what this offense can do. How is Fat Boy going to say they're tackling but not going to the ground? Isn't that what tackling means? Otherwise, it's a missed tackle. They don't need any help doing that. And believe me, I don't think he has any hard time missing tackles when it comes down to tackling food, if you know what I mean. Let's also go here to Corey says this as well. Now we know his problem. He got fat grams and grams of protein mixed up. He don't know English. Let's go down a little bit here more. Let's go to Tyrone. He says, if I'm him, I ain't playing for shit. I love Herbig, Darnell, but Porter should have been first priority. And, of course, this was brought up, Mike, by somebody just the other day who was irritating me, Noah House. He makes this comment in his article. He says JPJ should have been the first priority. It's a good point. Let me finish with Tyrone. We'll finish what he says here. He says now they are in bad situations. It's the Steelers' fault, not Porter. Sounds like an Art Omar problem. And I don't think Ty's wrong, Mike, ultimately. Again, a lot of these arguments today are good from both sides. You could create strong arguments on a lot of comments that were made today. Great stuff on the board.
Yeah, and, it's just one of my biggest criticisms with Art and Omar the past couple of years, handing out the contracts for the guys that are on the team, the older players, overpaying for them that are at the end of their careers, and quote unquote overpaying backups and not getting the starters out of the way. Because now you got to figure next year too. We got got to worry about McCormick, Frazier, Fatanu, all in one class. How are they going to pay all three of those? Which two are they going to prioritize? Or are they going to just prioritize one? It's going to be interesting coming up.
Sure is. It's always interesting being a Steeler fan. They never.
Well, of course, this is also showing that these are kind of good problems to have because that's showing you've had good drafts where like, oh my God, we got to pay. Oh, we got to pay a fifth round guard, potential starting money. Our second round center, our first round left tackle or second round corner are all demanding top 10, top 5, top 15 money. It sucks trying to figure out how to pay them, but that's showing you've had great draft classes.
Absolutely. Let's go to Mark. Mark says Lefty was great. Byron Leftwich was one of my favorite backups. Him and Charlie both did very well in that time period. Raul says Duck Hodges. Duck Hodges didn't lose games.
Duck.
He didn't win a lot on his own.
He didn't quite
He
yet.
didn't win on his own, but it was fun to watch.
A couple of things he did. He was probably about the 4th or 5th number 6 I seen on the Steelers in my life. I think Sean Sweezum was one, Patrick Queen being another one, and then the other one being Bubby Brister. And for whatever reason, that's where my mind always went when I seen Duck out there was Bubby. So I was kind of skewed with the whole process. But at the end of the day, he married this Lainey Wilson chick, this country singer. Seemed to be going well for him. But Raul Doc Hodges didn't lose too many games is what he's saying. Yinzer Joe says, Derpy, are you as cute as your sister? Your sister's cute as you. We did get that. Tyrone says, again, Watt was up for contract and waited till Garrett got 40, and then we gave him 41. Terrible business. Love DK, but he got paid like a top 6 wide receiver and not top 15, and that's a good point as well.
That's a very good point.
DK is not a top 6 wide receiver.
At that point, though, like, we really didn't have a quarterback, really didn't have a wide receiver, so you kind of had to overpay.
Right.
For him to sign that contract. It was just the reality of the situation. Get an offensive weapon, you had to overplay your hand a little bit.
I like this one. Next one, I think Raul is getting a game ball as well. Raul says she might have a better beard than Derpy. Derpy, does your sister have a better beard than you?
No comment.
All right, plead the fifth. That's the way. Let's go here to Corey. Corey says, "I don't think. Let's see. I think you know what it means. He's down to give either one of you a Vietnamese dong or two, and we do still owe Derpy his dongs. No two ways about that.
His dong.
We will be giving them to him soon. Derpy will be getting the dong. Let's go here to Yinzers Show. He says this, the reality is Steelers have a contract with Porter as of right now. He doesn't need re-signed or extended. Porter is money hungry and hasn't proved anything but 1 year. He been better.
But also that contract, the team doesn't have to honor it either. They can cut ties with them either way. So
yeah,
he's using his leverage.
Again, I don't wish that this was happening. Let's go to Somber. What I miss, and he sends us more happy poop. I want to thank you. I love the happy poop from Somber. My man, as always, sends the happy poop. Nobody appreciates it like we do. You know that, Somber. Let's continue down here to Tyrone. He says this. He had 2 good years, and LOL improves everything he needs to. No wide receiver scored a touchdown on him. He improved his tackling, and the penalties are way down. So, again, both sides, I think you could put an argument together for both sides. I know where I stand. I want my guy playing. I want it taken care of. But, again, at the end of the day, a lot of these, they're good arguments, no matter what side you're coming from. So, at the end of the day, Steeler Nation knows what they're talking about. As always, Ginger Joe says, what's your relationship? Derpy, what is your relationship status like? Everyone wants to know.
My description of my status is...
The
Steelers stuck in purgatory picks.
Derpy said he'll go out and start finding some wild ass when the Steelers win a Super Bowl. That is where he's at. He said he has.
Yep.
100%. All right.
100%.
There you go. I got you, my man. Let's go here to Ty. Ty says this. He says in Yinzers Joe, that's how I know you don't know shit. Okay, so the guys are going to go back and forth with one another here. I'm not going to go through it all, but they are kind of expressing their feelings toward one another. It is there on the board if these guys want to continue to read. Let's go right here. Somber says this, name 9 better. Name 9 better and back it with facts, not opinions. Let's see. Yeah, Yinzer Joe, name 9 better with actual facts from last season. Tyrone is calling Joe out on that. Yeah, Mike.
Nothing. I'm just laughing at these guys.
Okay.
They're having a field day today.
I'm about it. I'm always good for a good argument. But like I said, I'm not going to do any justice by speaking their words. If you want to follow along, please do. Let's go right here. Old Duck didn't have much of an arm. LOL. No. Joe says, "Oh my God, you guys are easy. Silly how you get so butthurt over all." Somber says, "Cop out." Exactly. Can't do it. Tyrone says, "I can. I have. It's not a cop out. Just chill, man." Again, the guys are kind of going back and forth. Somber says, anyway, let's go here. Let's go to Raul. JPJ is working on his next pass interference call. Is what Raul is saying. Again, the guys kind of poking back. Food fight, Tortilla says. Let's get into a few things here. And I do have a derpy segment. Of course, we're going to hit the NFC North today as we are working our way to the AFC, kind of going over divisions day by day. A couple more things I do want to talk about, Mike. This is what is said about the Steelers. The Steelers did not have one of NFL's top 50 off-season moves per ESPN. This per ESPN, guys, the Steelers did not have one of the NFL's top 50 off-season moves. You kidding me?
Keep hating ESPN. Keep hating.
Well, I mean, all they did was make moves, and all they did was improved, and all they did was picked up Pittman and new coaches.
Yep.
And, what do you mean they didn't make a top 50 off-season move?
Yeah, getting a solid number 2 receiver in Michael Pittman for what, a 6th-round pick, and then picking up Jamal Dean, who has one of the best, what second? He's in the top 5, top 10 in completion percentage against.
Mike, how do you go from not having a number 2 to bringing in a guy that has that caliber and say that this isn't a top 50 move? Okay, maybe not a top 1, 2, 5, 10, Mike, top 50.
Both of those moves could be argued for top 50 moves. You're solidifying, 2 of the highly sought after positions that you need. You need wide receivers and you need corners in a pass happy league, and you get guys like Michael Pittman is arguably better than Michael Pierce.
I agree.
Jamal Dean is a very underrated corner. Yeah, he gets banged up here and there, but when he's healthy and in there,
he's very consistent.
He's a very solid, dependable corner out there. So how both of those moves didn't rank up there in skill position moves, which everyone loves to hype up, didn't make it. It's just a head scratcher to me.
Derpy, we didn't make a top 50 off-season move according to ESPN.
And you think I'm mental?
And we do, but this is a whole absolutely good point point taken. And one more point, Mike, and we're going to get into Derpy segment right here. Frazier on McCormick, of course, the offensive line. A lot of question, Mike, about the offensive line. A lot of switching, turnover. Mike, this was said by Frazier about Cormick. Switching sides feels different but the same. So that's confidence in his guy saying, you know what, it's different. He's on the other side, but it's the same. The guy's still doing his thing. I think, Mike, my concern, of course, is this right side of the line. Even though the right side of the line is now on the left side of the line, I think more pressure would be on the gentleman on the right side of the line trying to get it together than it is for the left side of the line getting used to the left.
Yeah, exactly. And, it feels different but the same. I think that's what Derpy said when he went from kissing Aunt Peaches to a non-relative. I thought that's what McCormick was referencing, but no,
that Peach has never brushed her teeth, so when he kissed him on relative, it wasn't the bad breath.
Yeah, so it was an upgrade for Derpy there. But no, I like McCormick's mentality on that. It's different but the same. I get it. You go from left to right, a little adjustment period, but he's kind of going back to where he played in college. So it's like going home again.
All right, there you go. Any comments on that, Derpy? We're going to grab some messages, and we're going to get into the division-by-division segment. We've already been through the NFC West, the NFC South, NFC Central today, which is coincidentally who we play in 2 weeks with the Green Bay Packers here to kick off preseason. Any last thoughts on that, Derpy, and we are going to move forward?
Nope.
All right. Couple messages here, and we're going to get into Derpy's segment right here. I just want to watch, enjoy, and show, but motherfuckers keep disrespecting Porter. I can't let it slide, but I'm done. I'm watching football, my man. It's all good, bro.
They'll probably get it done. It's just
I know.
For me, 30 million's too steep.
Here's the thing: he loves JPJ, and he wants it to happen. And the ball busters in here certainly give it to him. And I think
it's going to get done.
He wants to enjoy this like everybody else, I think.
So, real quick, number 32 on the ESPN Top 50 offseason impact moves.
Yes, please.
A fullback being signed by the Chargers.
Who?
Alec Ingold. Good fullback. But yeah.
And a guy with a name. I mean, come on, Pittman automatically gets attention because of who he. Crazy talk.
Yeah.
Somber, I agree. Somber, he says we do not care. Let's go right here. Let's go.
Geno Smith being traded to the New York Jets made it in at 44.
And that is one of the listen.
That's
one of the,
crazy.
and that is one thing that I expected to happen. To see him going from the back to the Jets from Vegas after the season he had in Vegas, that doesn't surprise me one bit, Mike. I'm thinking this sounds natural to me. Geno Smith back to the Jets.
Yeah, and then number 50, guard David Edwards, signed by the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Oh my! Like I said before, you guys think I'm mental,
and we do.
Oh, I mean, we don't think Derpy,
but they're definitely more mental with
we don't
stupidity.
think. Let's grab a couple more here, guys. This is why I stopped getting attached to players. This is from Corey, of course, from Don't Drink That. He says got a special episode today. Guys, go check him out. You're into conspiracy theories. 5 o'clock today. Corey does have a special episode, so do check him out right here on YouTube today. Don't Drink That. Corey says this is why I stopped getting attached to players. The ones that you like never get paid what you feel they're worth typically, or they get traded to teams you hate. I've learned to evaluate instead. That's probably one of the better policies in life just to do. I agree. And the thing is, I mean, we all love sports our whole lives. It's hard to do that. It's hard to do because, these are the guys that come on. I know. Mark Malone, Pittman, Dean, Dowdle are going to be best. Absolutely. Those are all big pickups. Yep. Dowdle?
That one's interesting. Dowdle.
The guy had 3 1,000-yard seasons or 2 1,000-yard seasons for 2 different teams. He's going to try to do it for a third in a row. That's kind of a big deal. Again, Michael Pittman Jr. is kind of a big deal. Jamal Dean had a really great season last year. That's kind of a big deal. So some of that bullshit that Mike was just talking. Yeah. They're better than all these moves. That's insane.
Yeah.
The fact Brisker isn't on that, which is probably the biggest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And here's my thing, Mike. I'm glad we're back. I'm glad the guys are going to be able to prove ESPN wrong. I'm glad the guys are going to be able to prove PFF wrong because this is what you deal with all offseason, a lot of shit talk. And what are you going to do? There's nothing to back it up. The guys ain't playing. Now the guys can go out and play and maybe shut some people up, Mike, and then all this Steeler hate will finally start to dissipate a little bit as it does every year because last year the Ravens were supposed to win a division. We were supposed to finish in 3rd or 4th. You see how that played out. So me personally, I can't wait for the games to get here to answer all those questions for all of us. Jen says, haters are going to hate. ESPN is as bad as PFF. Tyrone says, I'm a little worried about the Dean with his injury history and got cooked by a guy. Won't make the roster twice. Hope he does. Hope he's getting the rust off. Absolutely. We're hoping the same. Joe says, yes, I have a lot of feelings towards Porter. I was very upset about his penalties and missed tackles, but I have more feelings toward Derpy right now. Derpy.
Don't make me do it.
Please don't do it. I haven't eaten yet, Derpy. I haven't eaten yet, please.
Let us see him, brother.
If I see one of them pillows pop out today, I'm out. Let's go right here. Let's go to Tortilla. Tortilla, my man, he says this. He says, we need a switch shitter. I like that. When we do not care, Ty says, Mark Malone is that wiping while holding up the other cheek. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Mark. I'm not real sure where this conversation stemmed from, but I know what you're saying, actually. Let's go to Derpy. We're going to hit the NFC North today as we're working our way back to the AFC North. We did on Monday. We knocked out the NFC West. On Tuesday, we knocked out the NFC South. Today, we will tackle the NFC West. Tomorrow, we will wrap up the NFC. And initially in this topic, I'm intrigued by what's going on with our counterpart in the NFC. I think that it's going to be a very competitive division. I think that it's almost impossible to call at this time. Is Detroit going to play up to the level they played 2 years ago or down to the level they played last year? I think there's a lot of questions in Detroit. I think that the Bears are certainly in question now with a better quarterback, building a nice team, a new coach last year. You've certainly seen improvement with Chicago. Green Bay, I think they're always competitive. Again, we're going to see those guys again 2 weeks from tonight. And then the Vikings, who had a really great season and then fell off when they lost their quarterback last year. Derpy, what's your thoughts on the NFC North division? Again, I think that could be a very competitive division and almost impossible to predict at this point.
As insanely as it sounds, I think the Bears have the most promise.
That is insane, but again, I mean, it's a valid argument.
The Vikings I'm not so sure on. Regardless if they have, uh, what's his name? JJ, right?
Well, it's going to be Kyler Murray more than likely.
Kyler Murray or
Yeah,
JJ.
Kyler Murray. Yeah,
I mean, does that
even
change things?
though I wanted in the beginning, I don't see it working for the Vikings.
I mean, here's the thing: they were really down last year. The year before, they were really up. If they find a happy medium, which a Kyler Murray might be able to bring to this team, this could put them in the middle of things. But again, at the end of the day, 2 years ago, they were what they have 14, 15, 16 wins. It was something insane. And then last year, of course, after losing their quarterback to Seattle, who ended up winning the Super Bowl, it was the total polar opposite once they got their young quarterback into that lineup. So, again, Kyler Murray, I think, is kind of the question. He's kind of the X factor with Minnesota, Mike.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry, Driver. Kyler Murray, if Kevin O'Connell can get anything out of him, I'm not saying like reinvent him the way he did St. Darnold, but Kyler Murray has talent, but I just don't know if his arm is going to hold up the entire season. It looks like he's starting to lose some of that fastball on his arm. And J.J. McCarthy, I'm sorry, I think it was a terrible pick. And then quarterback hunting in free agency tells me that they think it wasn't a good pick. I think Minnesota's in for a fall again this year.
All right.
I was gonna say the Lions and the Packers are interesting because, their QBs. I mean, they have their guys, but like, how many years, how many shots are they gonna? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're willing to give them.
The thing about Green Bay, I kind of see them improving a little bit every year. Every time I think they're down and out, they have a good season. I mean, a good enough season. And
They're about to have Parsons back, so
who is?
the Packers. They're gonna have Parsons back, I believe.
Yeah, they got Parsons, coming
They
back.
didn't really have him fully ready last season when they got him, so.
And then again, you've seen the Packers last year, Mike. We played them. They were our oddball team in Derby. And you know what? They handled us. So again, at the end of the day, I think the Packers are a little better than perceived. I think if they get a little bit better, they're going to be able to run in that division. However, pound for pound, I would like to say I see Detroit winning. But the big fall off last year really scares me, Mike, making that decision, making that prediction, Derby. Pound for pound, players for skill players for everything has me wanting to pick Detroit. But just kind of what happened at the division last year, it really threw me for a loop. And it's almost impossible for me to place my division right now. Derby, who do you got finished in first? Chicago?
As insane as it sounds, I actually do.
Okay, no, fair enough. Who do you like coming in second in that in the NFC North?
The Green Bay Packers.
So you like Chicago, Green Bay, and then I'm guessing that you're probably taking Minnesota to finish last in the division, and then that would put, of course, the Lions in third.
Yes.
Mike, what's your overall take on the NFC North, our counterparts?
I hate to say this, but I kind of agree with Derby. I think the Bears pull it out this year to win that division. I know they had like their second corner. It might be the weakest player on their team, Tyreek Stevenson. Yeah. But I like everything else about that defense and that offense. Caleb Williams came on strong last year. Him and Ben Johnson are working well together. They got more weapons on the offense. That offensive line, they retooled it last year. I think it's their year to take the division. I have Minnesota finishing dead last. Now, between the Packers and the Lions, for me, it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
I know Jordan Love, a lot of people love him. It's like, oh, you got to look at the analytics. They don't pay attention to the stats a whole lot with him. I like him, but I don't think he's a top guy like a lot of
that's what I'm saying, Mike.
Tend to think about him, and he does miss games here and there. But Detroit, they're a team that got so close and then they collapsed in the playoffs and haven't gotten back to that level since. So for me, it's a toss-up between who's going to finish second, and I don't know who out of that two. I might take Detroit just because I think they're the overall better team. I think they might have the best roster in the NFC North, but I think the Bears are a better team, if that makes sense. I think they play their system better than Detroit is right now, because Detroit, they just find a way to shoot themselves in the dick.
So I assume that you're both saying that Chicago is due for their every decade, once a year decade, good successful run. Of course, they don't come often. They come about once every 10 years. One time they managed to get it done back in '85. A couple other times they made some good runs, and it just didn't play out for them. So I think the guys here on the board they're leaning towards Chicago's to have their due. Me, I'm going to go with the team that I think has the best roster. I think that the Detroit Lions. I listen, and this is going off of nothing. They have no history of rebounding ever. I'm going to say that I'm going with Detroit in hopes that they rebound. I think that they do top to bottom have the best roster. Number 2 in the NFC North, it's going to come down to Green Bay and Chicago. I think it's going to come down to the end of the season. Whichever team wins maybe the last match between one another or how the last couple weeks play out, excuse me, is going to decide how number 2 goes. The other team, of course, being 3. And nobody really is giving Minnesota a chance. Neither am I. Once the Super Bowl winning quarterback from last year, Sam Darnold, left, it was a totally different team. I'm not saying Sam Darnold's Tom Brady or Joe Montana. I'm just saying it is what it is. It's what I observed. For that reason, I have Minnesota in 4th. I have Green Bay and Chicago fighting between each other for 2nd and 3rd. And I'm going to stick with Detroit again based off of nothing whatsoever besides they have a pretty nice roster. So that, guys, Derpy, your final thoughts on the NFC North. And then tomorrow we are into the NFC East, team that's got a bunch of certainly big names when it comes to a division. That's tomorrow. Derpy, wrap up NFC North.
I think it's Chicago's year. I mean,
all right.
Just based off of what Caleb showed in the playoffs and what's coming back and what they added.
And don't get me wrong, I'm big on Caleb as well. I think that Caleb could make this team do some great things. It may still be a little early, but again, there's a lot of good things are coming from this team, and they're moving in the right direction. And for Chicago, that's got to be great news. They're not even going to be playing in not only their own city, they're not even going to be playing in their own state soon. So let's hope that something good could happen for them. Perhaps this year will be the year.
I was going to break down every team, but
yeah, go for it, please.
The Lions and the Packers, like I said, though, basically, I don't know how many years or shots Love and Goff have, if you know what I'm saying. Like, because the Packers are no joke, just like us. They're no joke. They want to win, and they've given a lot of opportunities for Love, regardless if they think he's the guy or not. And then Goff, he to me, he's a system guy, but he's not really a clutch or a guy that's gonna win you the game, in my opinion.
He's the quarterback that led his team to the lowest point total in a Super Bowl. The Rams had 3 points that one year. I'm sorry, go ahead, Derpy.
And then the Vikings finally, I don't know what they're gonna do at quarterback. So they have a midget and then they have a cheater, but hey, it is what it is.
You know what, to see Kyler Murray in a different team, different uniform is just going to be odd to me. And again, he has weapons, he has receivers in Minnesota. Their defense is good, so maybe this team doesn't finish last. But all 3 of us here on the show do have Minnesota in the basement. Wrapping that up, then Derpy. Who else? Anybody else?
No, I'm good. That's what I really think strongly is that I don't know how many years Love and Goff have personally.
All right, no, hey, good. We enjoy the segment. Great. Thank you for the idea, the great work. Derpy will finish out the NFC tomorrow, and then next week we will get into the AFC, working our way back to the AFC North. So Derpy saying Chicago is taking this division. I am taking Detroit, and Mike is taking Chicago as well. So we will see. Let's grab some more messages, Mike, and then we are going to get to the question of the day. Let's continue on some messages right about here. See where we're at. All right, right here. Tortilla says this: Derpy, you got 2 bombs he can drop on us like we hit Japan. Somber says, y'all see JJ McCarthy and Murray are going at it. Did you see this one, Derpy, in regards to the NFC North? McCarthy and Murray, guess they got into a scuffle. A little scuffle up there. That's what Somber's saying. Corey says this. He says, fun fact, my wife told me happy medium is around 6 inches. Hey, couple more inches. I'm in there, baby. Yeah. For real, Somber says, yeah, I'll put the clip in the GC when I find it. Yinzer Joe says, Derpy, if you don't get your dong from Ryan, I got one for you.
Whoa!
Hey, now. Let's go right here. Corey, sorry, Mark. Mark says this Detroit really needs another corner. They do for sure.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? Beanie Bishop is out there, guys. I'm just saying. I know what Mark is saying, obviously, but I'm not gonna water.
Beanie's there, baby.
I'm not gonna water that plant.
Hey, he has more career interceptions than Joey, so therefore he's the better corner.
At the end of the day, he does. So does Beanie Bishop deserve top 5 cornerback money?
Top 1 money.
See what I'm saying? He has 4. This is the sexy stat that everyone's talking about. These interceptions. Let's go right here. Let's go to Joe. Joe says, I'm not gay, but if I was, I'd carry a picture of Derpy in my wallet. Hey,
brother, it's not about gay or straight when it comes to Derpy. You just carry that thing in your wallet.
Yes. Let's go here to Somber. Somber says Murray's first pass yesterday was a 60-yard bomb to Jordan Addison, also a Pitt guy, for a touchdown. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens because, again, they were very good 2 seasons ago. I think they got 14, 15 wins perhaps. And then last year, totally shit in the bed while their quarterback went on to win a Super Bowl elsewhere. So we will see how that plays out. I also want to see how this website plays out as well. Mike, why don't you tell everybody about it?
The2Yinzers.com. Check it out, everyone. Yesterday, I posted an article about I think 7 or 8 talking points about the first 2 days of camp. So check it out. I will have a new one up tomorrow for Friday for us. I'm trying to do it every Monday, Wednesday, Friday going forward throughout the season. So check it out at the2Yinzers.com for the top stories. We got the merch store over there. We got all of our social media links over there. So check it out, guys.
So let's get into this question of the day. Do go check out the website. Lots of cool stuff over there. Mike does put a lot of work into it. The guys do put a lot of, they do contribute a lot to it. Do go check out the website, www.the2Yinzers.com. It's www.the2Yinzers.com. Question of the day time. Put on your thinking hats, fellas. Everybody on the board. Vegas says the Scarlet King is back. Vegas, what's up, brother? Great seeing Vegas. All the way from Las Vegas in the house, my man. Always great seeing you, sir. I know he's ready for football season as day 2 of camp wraps up today in St. Vincent College in Latrobe in Westmoreland County, Western Pennsylvania. The third practice tomorrow. The parking lots do open up at 8:15. The gates open up at 8:30. Practice starts roughly 11:20. Make sure to register. If you don't, you're going to have to do it before you go in. Guys, go to Steelers.com or Ticketmaster. Get registered. It's free for everybody. Get that taken care of before you head down. As Mike, they're halfway through the first week of camp. 2 days down, 2 days to go. They'll be off Sunday and back at it Monday with pads. So, guys, we're taking off. We're 2 weeks away from the Packers. We're 45 days away from kicking off the home opener against the Atlanta Falcons. Guys, so much. It's happening so fast. Let's get to this question of the day. Derpy, Mike, everyone at home, everybody on the board, get your thinking hats on. Here we go. There's a tie at the top for pick sixes for the Steelers all time. Rod Woodson is one of them. He has 5 pick sixes all time. Tell me who the other person is tied with Rod Woodson on the Steelers for 5 pick sixes. Rod Woodson's one. Who's the other? 2 players tied to top this category. Pick sixes for the Steelers. Rod Woodson won. The other player is who? Think that over. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. every day right here on the Tube.
On Tube.
Let's go here. Vegas is saying, ain't it gay? I'm assuming he's saying Willie Gay or perhaps
Derpy?
Just kidding, my friend. I do also want to say this. I want to say, Just Learning, welcome back, sir. He says, I'm late, homies. You're good, my man. It's always better than never, man. Great seeing you. Just Learning. Mark Malone still can't believe he won't grow a real scarlet. Face red, droopy eyes. The scarlet is back, Vegas says. Somber saying, I guess Troy. No clue. Tortilla is saying maybe Steven Nelson. Mark Malone is saying perhaps Tony Dungy. Just Learning saying Troy Polamalu. I'm going to give you. Do you guys want a hint?
Yeah.
It's a cornerback. Sure. It is a cornerback. So just. That might help you out a little bit. Again, the question of the day. At the top of the list for Steelers pick sixes is Rod Woodson. He has 5 of them in his career at Pittsburgh. But he's tied. He's not the only one up there. The other player is the one we're looking for. Somber says, okay, maybe Gay then. Willie Gay, of course, he's talking about. Mike, what's your thought process in this question?
Immediately, the mind goes to Mel Blount.
I get that.
But big play Willie Gay. I'm going just because I love him. I'm going to Shea Townsend.
DeShon. 2 days this week, Mike, you went with the DeShon Townsend for your answer.
I love me some DeShon Townsend. I was a DeShon Townsend fan. Will always be a DeShon Townsend.
Did you like Dwayne Washington?
I did.
Remember number 20?
Him and Chad Scott. I like them both.
He kind of had similar. He was kind of similar to DeShon for me. DeShon was really close to Hines, which I think really gave him some popularity. But I thought that DeShon was kind of average. But at the end of the day, Dwayne Washington, DeShon Townsend, very similar players. So this is where you're going, Mike. You're going to go final answer on
final answer.
All right, let me lock you in. Mike, you were locked in. Derpy, what's your thought process here? Again, the question is, Rod Woodson has 5 pick sixes for the Steelers, but that's tied for the top with this player. Mike is saying DeShon Townsend. Different answers on the board. I'm seeing Gay. I'm seeing Ike. I'm seeing Troy. The list goes on here, guys. As a matter of fact, I'm seeing also up here Nelson, Dungy. Derpy, what's your thought? The hint is it is a cornerback.
Well, it has to be a Super Bowl defense, right? Wouldn't you think?
I don't know. The hint is it was a cornerback. Tied with Rod Woodson for most pick sixes as a Steeler with 5. You want another hint? He was mentioned. So if that helps you out at all, I don't know if it's Mike, I don't know if it's the board. The correct answer is out there. What do you think?
I'm going to go Willie Gay.
Willie Gay. And is this your final answer?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to lock Derpy in. Derpy. Gay. There we go.
Hit you sometime. You're good. That was a good one.
Steel DNA. You know what? I'm giving Steel DNA a game ball. He says, is he black or white? Let me try to figure this out. He's one of the leaders in pick sixes. I'm gonna listen. I'm not gonna give any more hints. I'm just gonna say, use your imagination. I lean toward he's probably black. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. With that being said, let's look at some more guys here. Mel is being said. Willie Gay is being said. Guys, so Derpy, you're going Willie. Mike, DeShon, bunch of different answers. All right, guys, one more time. The question of the day is this: 2 Steelers.
It's already Burns.
Two Steelers are tied at the top, all-time pick six leaders. Rod Woodson being one of them. He did it 5 times, and this player also did it 5 times. The correct answer is Willie Gay.
Big play, Willie Gay.
Big play, Willie Gay, baby. Him and Rod Woodson, if you can believe that. 5 pick sixes as a Steeler. That is the correct answer. Great job on the board, guys. I do want to say welcome to Steel DNA. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you on the terrible board. What's that, Derpy?
Tortilla.
What's Tortilla up to now? He said that means JPJ's
Damn, brother.
Poor Ty.
So does that mean he's now on Team White?
Who? Joey.
JPJ. Can we claim him for Team White?
With Cooper DeJean.
We gotta have a meeting about this. I don't know.
we gotta figure this out. Get Rashard Mendenhall on the phone.
yeah. For sure, we gotta talk. Let's see. 3. I'm sorry. The original Yinzer Joe says this. He says, "Just messing with you, Derpy. I love you, man." Yeah, Derpy knows. He knows this. Let's go right here. Vegas says, I remember thinking, wow, another gay touchdown. That's a way to remember. Let's go also to Vegas. Vegas says this. He would have won the contest just by the name alone. Mark Maloney says this. The gay Cockrell Burns secondary was scary. The gay Cockrell Burns secondary, of course, Ross, Artie, and Willie, the 3 gentlemen of this conversation there. Here we go, Steelers with the Rockets. I love it, my man. Always picking up the flag and moving on, as in a great war, Mike. Somebody gets killed that carries the flag. Somebody always picks it up and fights on. And Aaron always with this message. But you know what? Tyrone picks up that flag and marches forward. So, my man, as always, Ty. Tortilla. I'm sorry, Mark Malone says, yeah, that will narrow it down. Tortilla says this. That means Jay. Okay, we did get that. Mark Malone was a shit QB. Tyrone is saying he had 5. I just know it ain't Artie Birds. Porter, great show, you bastard. We thank you as always, Ty. As always, my
That's
friend.
a good question, Vegas.
Trade JPJ Vegas says, what Steelers cornerback has given up the most touchdowns? That's a good question. That is a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
We know it's not JPJ.
We know it's not JPJ. Ain't that the truth? Guys, we are going to be heading into the Friday tomorrow, the Friday installment of the show. Last day of the show, but it's only going to be the 3rd day of practice as it goes into Saturday this weekend, guys, at camp. Again, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is the 4 days. They'll be off Sunday, back at it with pads on Monday as the acclimation period does end on Saturday with practice. But if you are heading over to camp, if you're coming in town, do be sure to register. I'm just saying it's free, but you're not going to want to have to deal with that headache. If you're there, get on Steelers.com, Ticketmaster.com, get registered. It's 100% free. Go check everything out at St. Vincent College in Latrobe, Westmoreland County, right here, Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania, as the Steelers do move to their 3rd practice tomorrow, Mike. Again, practicing through the rest of the week. Pads next week. Pittsburgh hosts the Green Bay Packers 2 weeks from tonight. If you could even believe that. You're getting your paycheck today. Next paycheck, you got a Steeler game. So I'll take that, Mike. And then also just 45 days away from the opener against the Atlanta Falcons. Is it going to be Tua? Is it going to be Penix? We don't know at this point what's going to be going on with Atlanta, but we do know that we have a date with them here in 45 days. So we will certainly take that as well. Mike, your thoughts today's show?
It's nice to see the offense clicking for the Steelers this early in practice. Quarterbacks are looking good. Receivers are looking good. They're attacking the middle of the field. And that's just making my nipples hard. It's nice to see that that's happening. I'm liking how Aaron is targeting Roman, trying to get that chemistry.
I like that a lot, actually.
I'm loving that. I'm liking what they're doing.
One thing you're not going to find, Mike, is much tape of Aaron throwing the ball to Roman last year. So if anything, it's going to play to our advantage,
right? Not a lot out there. Not a lot out there.
Right.
I like how they're rotating the offensive line still through getting guys comfortable in different spots. Like Furtado and Frazier, the only guys who have not moved from their spots. Everyone else is kind of moving around a little bit, getting a little taste of the action. So I like the way they're working that in. And a lot of things I noticed, a lot of the coaches really, really hands-on. The old staff was too, but there seems to be more coaches there, more hands-on, high-tempo, high-paced. I'm liking that. Hopefully that will help us get into a faster start this year.
All right. Again, guys, we'll be hit tomorrow with the fresh show. Guys, all the new stuff coming out as it is happening tomorrow with day 3 of camp. Also, we're going to be wrapping up Derpy's NFC segment tomorrow. That's coming also. Lots of stuff coming up, guys, as we are heading into this weekend, and it's going fast, guys. It's going to be Steelers season before you know it. A few things before we do wrap things up for the day. The Pittsburgh Pirates starting a new series, Tyrone, against your team, the Reds, in Cincinnati. It's a 4-game set for the Buccos and the Reds. This starts tonight. It's 7-10, game 1 of 4. Also, I do want to say this, Mike. I did mention Duquesne Pilsner, as you do see in the background. If you are new to the show, Duquesne Pilsner is available in 6 and 12 packs at Giant Eagle and wherever cases are sold. The guys at Duquesne Pilsner right here in Pittsburgh, they do a lot with us during the season as far as promoting one another, guys. Get yourself some Duquesne Pilsner. If you're not a big drinker, that's fine. You can even go to online, go on social media and find Duquesne Pilsner. Hit the follow button. Support the guys. I'm sure they would appreciate it. We always have Duquesne Pilsner here on tap in the studio for any event that does come along. Mike, made right here in Western Pennsylvania, and it says on the can, grab a Duke.
Grab Duke.
Also, if you are looking... Hold on one sec, Derp. And also, if you are looking for Duquesne Pilsner online, you could also find us as well. We're all over social media. You can find us on Facebook, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and even TikTok. If you haven't yet today, do hit the like button down below. It's all free. Hit the like button, hit the sub, hit the share, leave a comment. It all helps us out in the algorithm, guys. We do appreciate it. And again, everything is 100% free. Derpy, what's up, brother?
I was just gonna say, grab a Duke, be responsible. Nobody wants to be a Tony Romo.
That's true. You don't want to be like Tony Romo because
I watched that video Hashtag free Romo. Hashtag free Romo.
I seen his man. I seen his mugshot. He's a turd, man. Tony Romo's always been a turd to me. I don't know why.
I'm on T, brother. I'm on T Romo on this one. My man passed that thing with flying colors.
Let me see. Let me grab a couple of messages. I do don't want to leave anybody out, guys. Right here, Vegas. I know it ain't already Burns. Great show. Trey JPJ. Vegas says, what Steelers cornerback has given up the most touchdowns? That one I'm going to have to work on. I'm going to look that up later. Tyrone says, Vegas, I know it ain't Porter. Vegas says this. Please don't ask if there will be an injury. You know we do it week by week. Unfortunately, it seems to be my fault. We'll see. We'll see. Under the new coaching staff, maybe we might make some adjustments as well, Mike, to try to save the safety of our players, because, of course, everybody knows that the universe is working directly with that particular question that I do ask on Fridays of Steeler weekends. Let's go here to Just Learning. Just Learning says, going to a Vegas concert tomorrow, AC/DC. That's awesome, nice. Dude. Enjoy yourself. Some Angus Young, some AC/DC. That's going to be a good time. Vegas says, have some fun, Just. Of course, yes, brother. He says in return, Vegas says it's going to be 112 degrees there tomorrow. Still nice here, guys. 81 degrees right now, and it's already been a couple hours since camp's been over. That's nice weather for the end of July in Western PA. Just Learning that they have pot shops in Vegas. Yes, all over Vegas says the guy's taking care of the important stuff. I know that. So we hope that you have a great time at the concert. If we don't talk to you tomorrow before you do, go enjoy yourself. Stay safe, my friend, and enjoy some AC/DC. Derpy, your thoughts today's show?
Great as always. Still love hanging with you guys and talking Steelers.
You're part of the team, brother.
And Somber, I believe he deserves a game ball, right?
Somber, all right. What the hell? We'll give Somber a game. Yeah, I think he did get a game ball today. Yes. Guys, I also do want to say this. We'll be back tomorrow at our regular time to do it all over again. Practice starts at 11:20, roughly. Again, so we'll be here to touch on every new thing that comes out and everything that comes out between now and then. We hope to see you then. We'll be back tomorrow. I do want to say this before we do roll. Thank you so much to everybody for coming and hanging out and checking us out today. We appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do without you. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to everybody on the board. You guys always keep the show interesting, and you always are the lifeblood of this show. We couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't want to do it without the voice of Steeler Nation. You guys keep this thing going, and we couldn't appreciate that more. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to also everybody that's at home listening, watching, possibly in the car, maybe at work, maybe at the gym, maybe even just taking a walk with earbuds in, whatever the case may be, wherever you may be. Thank you, too. We'll be back tomorrow to get into day 3 of Steeler training camp in St. Vincent College in Latrobe. So much going on with our Steelers. And tomorrow when we come back, we're going to be less than 2 weeks from a Steeler preseason game. So keep that in mind. We've gone, it's 199 days since the last game we played, guys. It's gone fast. Eventful, but fast. So we'll be back tomorrow to get into everything. Let me just take a quick look, make sure I'm not forgetting anything on my end here. I think it's good. Buccos tonight, 7:10. Steelers back at it tomorrow. Pads next week. We'll be here ready for it all, as we are all year round here at the Two Dumb Yinzers show. Let me ask you one more time, spinning around the horn. Anybody have anything before we roll? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Nope.
All right.
Here we go, Steelers.
Here we go. All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much for Derpy, for Finch, for RB, for Chop, for Mike, for Vanilla Thunder, for myself, the Two Dumb Yinzers. Everybody have a great Thursday. Stay cool, stay safe. We'll be back tomorrow. We hope to see everybody then. I do want to say peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Everyone have a great day, and we'll check you out tomorrow. For us here, for the Terrible Board, have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.